One. You're up, Rob.
All right. Welcome, everyone, to our Halloween special today. We will be playing Abracadabra. We have Andrew playing his character Raiden Whiteclaw, the pirate. We have Mark playing Silmanari, as I'm sure you all remember, his lovable dragonborn pirate.
Arr.
And then we have Brett playing as Gaz, the Furbo warlock. So, Abracadabra is going to be our Halloween special. And the way we're going to start off is with Gaz getting a message from his patron about a specific artifact that he needs to locate and acquire. He decides to hire two pirates from a nearby tavern to assist him in locating and acquiring this artifact for him, and he would offer compensation. He would pay them well in gold. The two of them agreed after a moment's discussion, and the three of them have taken off to the town of Lamas, where this artifact is located. And I'm getting somebody's fan.
How about now?
Better. All right. So the three of you are traveling on the road, heading north to the town of Lamas. This is a good opportunity for the two of you, the two pirates, to ask any questions to Gaz about this artifact that you are hunting for.
So I would say Seminari has maybe a coin in his one of his claws, maybe just like twirling it, and kind of looks over at Gaz and says, "So, what type of bounty are we expecting to receive once we receive these artifacts?"
Hmm. My patron will pay us very well. Well, pay you guys very well. He's already paid me in powers beyond belief. They'll pay you well in gold, and if there's anything else that you want, I'm sure that they can accommodate.
Insight check, since he first said paid me very well. If we're actually going to be getting anything good out of this for helping him.
Go ahead and roll that for me. Let's see. You look over at Gaz. He's dressed moderately well. You can tell that he's telling the truth to the best of your ability, but you do notice on his hip is a large coin purse that seems to be pretty full.
I cannot wait. Very much. Will indeed need a big payoff.
Aye, this artifact. What would you say that the size is? Can it fit inside of a box? A small
Yeah.
box.
Small box, and maybe a small box. Yeah.
Does the artifact have any locks?
No, not that I'm aware of. The only lock that it has will be waning on All Hallows Eve.
Hmm.
I'll look over to Seminari. I'm like, so simple snatch and grab for this project, or are we expecting any complicated?
Hey, they're never that easy. Oh, I wish that they would be for once, though. Just once. One time be that easy. But let's have some fun. It's not really fun unless you've almost died, right?
You know me. A good brawl is a good way to check the town out.
Great. So we good to keep going then? Or you guys have any more questions?
Here, really quick. The artifact. So is it something that you would wear?
No, nothing that you would wear, but it is very powerful.
Where would one likely to be hiding it? Like would it be small enough to fit inside of a drawer, maybe?
Yes, it could fit into a drawer. It could fit on a bookshelf. It
Can you
be-
can you describe what it looks like for us?
it's a tome, so could very likely be on a bookshelf.
Have you been told who the last owner of this was?
Yes. So, Gaz, your patron had explained that the spell book that is going to be available on All Hallows Eve belonged to three powerful witches who are long dead.
Ah, they're the old owners aren't. They're not very important. They're all dead now. It's just they used their powers to lock it away, and that's why we're trying to go now because their power is waning.
What sort of spells were in this tome? Would you be willing to tell us any of them? Just the
Powerful
brief gist.
spells. Very powerful spells from what I've been told. I do not know all the spells are in them, but
What is the book made of? Like, what would the cover look like? Would it look like any other ordinary book?
hmm. Little old, a little tattered, but yes, I think it would look like most any book. But if you touch it, I have a feeling that you'd instantly know what it was.
Ah, so it resonates with magical energy then.
Yes,
Arr. That's a good sign. Makes it a little easier to find.
a little bit. And and we know like where it is, right?
You know
Actually,
that the town it's located in. You know that it's
okay, yeah,
located in Lamas.
yeah. So it's in the Maz, and it was locked away by a powerful spell that keeps others out. So maybe try to find a part of town that no one's been to in a very long time.
Lama sounds like a fancy name for the maze.
Ooh.
Oh, we will. Yeah, I guess when we get there.
I guess
I'm
we will.
very curious to see the challenges that lie ahead.
All right.
That's all the questions that I have.
So the three of you continue north on the road. About a day and a half's travel, so we're at midday. On the night, or on the day of All Hallows Eve, you arrive into the town. The town is fairly large, many establishments, people walking the streets. As you're approaching the town, you can see quite a few uh, common folk just walking around. There's a river that cuts straight through the middle of the town with a large wooden bridge bridging across it. You can see many fields with different um, grains growing, vegetables of the season. That's very lush. And you've noticed that all the colors have started to turn to the autumn colors. You walk into the town from the road going north into another large road that cuts through that part of town. And let me move you guys over. You guys should be at the very bottom. Can everyone see?
Yes.
All right. You follow the road going into town. You see a few people walking about. Two that catch your attention um, is a guard uh, wearing full armor with a sword on his hip, talking to a young woman. They seem to be in a pretty in-depth conversation. They're just standing kind of off to the side of the road. Everyone else is moving around.
Looking over at Gaz, I'll just kind of mention, I'll re-ask him, like, so do you know where we must go to next? Is our query here in the city, or is it just outside the means?
From what my patron has told me, it is here in the city, but I do not know where.
I think I would start just starting to kind of like maybe peruse around, trying to listen to chatter, and then wait till I kind of hear something of interest, and then try to uh, eavesdrop on whatever conversations I kind of find of more interest than others.
Okay. You take a moment and kind of just walk into the middle of town, into the road, and kind of just walk about without any real destination, listening into people's conversations. Many of the conversations you hear are just mundane daily chatter, talking about chores, getting the wares ready, getting the fields set up for the winter. You do pass by the guard and the woman and overhear a mention of a ball tonight.
I'll I'll keep within ears, kind of like listen to the rest of that conversation.
The conversation goes, the two talk about the ball and getting ready for it, and how they're going to leave their son and daughter at home while essentially all of the adults are going to this ball.
Okay. I'll walk over to seminar and say, so it sounds like there might be a party tonight. So it may be our best time if we can find where this book may be. We can quickly get into whichever household we need to.
Sounds like everybody's going to be a little distracted and quite a bit inebriated.
Sounds like
I'm on in.
mostly the kiddos and the kitties, the youth, will be in the homes with sitters or some type of supervision.
Perfect timing.
As the three of you are kind of standing off the side of the road, you actually notice the guard break away from the woman and begin walking into your direction.
I will pop my up and just walking in a different direction at a relatively pace.
I would follow.
I'll walk over that way. Is where I'd head to.
All right, so you begin to walk off to go around the guard, kind of just cutting through the road. And you see him quickly just hold out his hand. Hey, fellas, do you have a moment?
I'm going to ignore him and continue walking at a fast pace.
It depends on how much coin is involved.
Oh, where are the two? No coin. May I ask where your friends are off to?
They have their own places that they're going to. I'm sure it's, somewhere to find a drink and maybe a warm bed.
Oh, gotcha. Well, I was just wondering, were you all coming into town for the Hallows Eve ball tonight?
Oh, we were passing through, but what sort of a ball are you guys throwing?
We hold it every year. Many towns over hear about it. Uh, so if you're looking for a good time, music, drink, women, anything you can enjoy for the night, it'll be a grand festivity. We hold it every year to end the summer.
You seem to hold on to that word there for a moment. End. Are there any particular ends that you're dreading here soon?
Well, it's no secret. It's actually a story of the town. There used to be three witches that plagued this area a few decades ago. And tonight was the night that they were burned at the stake.
That's a pretty harsh way to deal with someone. What were they burned for?
They did many a foul deed. From my understanding, I was just a boy at the time. Many a foul deed, a few murders. They worshipped a devil, and at some
Which
point,
one?
not sure,
Eh,
but they were looking to sacrifice, from my understanding, children. And when the townsfolk at that time got aware of this, is when they put a stop to them.
yeah, you can't have someone going around messing with your wee beasties.
True, which is why it was celebrated that the town was saved back then. So we hold a ball every year in celebration, and it brings good luck to the harvest.
Sounds like you guys are a little bit nervous about this one. Anything in particular that makes you nervous this year?
No, I'm actually excited. Um, this year they're going to have some additional festivities, from my understanding. Everybody's going to be dressing up in some sort of monstrous attire. I think it's going to catch on.
How would you say that my attire is? Would it be good to go to the ball?
I would say so. You look
Oh,
like a pirate.
fancy that. I wear this costume quite often. It's my favorite.
You make it yourself.
And I flourish my cape and I flourish my cloak out to the side because it's like a pirate's cloak, but it's made out of the cloth material that a warlock robe would be made out of. And I'm extremely proud of this cloak. So yes, I flourish it and I bow and I thank him for the compliment.
Wonderful. Well, I'll see you at the ball.
I should see you there.
And he walks off.
I'll
Oh,
slowly.
drat. I forgot to ask him what time it starts. And I'll grab a nearby citizen to ask them really quick what time the ball starts.
You find a gentleman walking by, and you ask. He says that it starts after the sun sets at the big estate. He points down the road all the way to the end, and you see this large estate. And he says then he repeats some of the information. Says that the mayor holds it every year.
Which large estate is it? Is it the one at the west end, right down here?
Yes.
Okay. Trying to show it on the map for the audience at home.
Oh, maybe my pings aren't coming through.
All right. So it's all the way down to the end. And what time was it again?
After the sun sets,
Aye.
everyone can head there.
Raiden will walk back over this, and we kind of take a big old loop. I'm like, I don't. As you know, I do not like the 14. I'll let you do that talking.
I hate people getting into my things. They don't need to know what I'm doing. Only my patron needs to know.
I pride myself on my charm, so I shall take all the interactions that we need. And this one was quite fruitful. So they're going to be throwing a ball tonight that sounds like it's going to be going into the wee hours of the morning. And to celebrate the death of 3 witches, which sounds ironically a little bit close to the legend of the tome that we seem to be seeking. So apparently this is the anniversary of the death of 3 individuals that were terrorizing the wee barons in the town. Gaz, would you care to enlighten anything that you know about this incident, or anything more about the information, say the owners?
That's about all I know, but I'm a bit of a scholar. I'm curious if they have a library or a historian here we can get a little bit more knowledge out of.
I'd be interested myself.
But you also talk to your patron to hopefully get how you say, a better location of where we need to move to next.
I can do that. I will talk to him. I can't say that he'll respond, but we shall see. He only really seems to respond when he wants something from me, so maybe he'll respond now.
Maybe we could give him an offering.
Let's
we could.
let's go to more of a private place. Let's find a local tavern. That way we're not here in the middle of town.
Sounds good to me. Similarian, did you hear anything about a tavern while you were talking to the folk?
I did not. Just that the location of the ball is going to be the house just to the west of us at the end of this road here, that
Yeah,
large estate.
The massive one.
The
Gotcha.
DM, I'm assuming if we kind of look around, can we kind of see like a sign or something that will say tavern or inn or something that can kind of direct us? Or
Maybe some drunken patrons falling out the doors. Already. It is
Yeah.
Halloween after all.
If you're looking to kind of walk about the town to try and find a tavern, you take a few moments, you walk down the street a bit, and you find one of the large buildings right here that has a sign hanging off the roof that just says tavern over it.
I'm like, let's go get ourselves a quick room, possibly to have a quick little base of operation. I would say.
I'm in.
Sounds good.
And we could get a drink too.
All right.
Drink always makes it easier.
Take this out for a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, the felt cider cat gets a little warm. So
So the three of you walk into the tavern, and it's an older establishment. All the walls, the flooring, the roof, all wooden. Structurally sound. Don't worry. You see, as you enter on the far side of the room is an open bar with a barkeep polishing up some of the glasses. One gentleman with his head down on the counter, a few tables lined off to the right. You do see what look to be decorations all around the tavern, kind of some streamer or banners with the all of them in uniform, purple and orange, and you see a few pumpkins lined around.
do I see a pumpkin that's not carved, or is there just like a pumpkin?
None of them are carved.
I'll take out my scimitar and I will quickly draw like a cat face on one, and then put it back, and that has like a cat face cut out.
As you do this, the barkeep yells over at you, "Hey, what are you doing?"
I am making this pumpkin more festive, you would say, for decorations.
Well, I kind of like that. That's a good idea.
Making friends already.
For two silver, I could do for the rest if you like. For the rest of these pumpkins.
Could you do different animals?
I can certainly try. What would you like?
Just make each one different, but I'll do 4 if you can.
Excellent. That will be 8 silver. 2
Sounds
pumpkin.
Sounds
2
good.
silver. Excellent. Perfect. And I wink at Seminari. I'm like, I love to. And I'll take out my rapier, and unless do you want me to do like a performance check or something just to see how well does it make it look pretty? Can I make this pretty easily for the check?
No, I was gonna have you do a performance check for the others.
I'll try to do a bird for the first one. So performance. Oh, it's not bad.
You could say what kind of bird.
This is a detailed, I'd say maybe like a hummingbird design, like 2 or 3 actually across the pumpkin that are like collecting nectar from a flower. Extremely intricate, very well designed. For the next one, I'll try to do like a bear, like maybe like a bear in the forest, like roaring.
Perfect.
All right.
That one's a little rough.
It
so.
kind of looks like a dog.
too easy. The dog pissing on a tree. For the third one, I'll look at Seminary. I'm like, any requests for the last book?
You should do a beholder.
Oh, good idea. And so the last one I'll try to do a beholder. 10.
It looks like a circle with tentacles.
A fine piece of work, yes. Then I think the fourth one, I'll look at Gaz. I'm like, Gaz, any suggestions?
Maybe a dragon.
All right, I'll do this last one as a dragon. 19?
You carve out a dragon atop a castle tower.
And I'm like, excellent. I'll wipe off my rapier and I'll put it back in the sheath. And I'll look up to the barkeep. I'm like, that will be 8 silver, please.
He hands it over, and you see a couple extra in there. He hands you 10 silver total. Thank you so much. That's amazing. I think it's gonna catch on. I think we're gonna do this every year.
Outstanding. By the way, and I'll toss him 2 silver back. I'm like, drinks for me and myself and compatriots. And then, how much for a room for one night?
If you're looking to go to the ball, rooms on the house.
Excellent.
Holiday.
Anything on the first floor?
All rooms are up on the second.
Okay, thank you so much.
Perfect. So, do we want to go up?
I'll grab the key, and then after we finish our ales, I'll see if you guys want to gesture up to the room. And I'm assuming he tells us what room we're going to.
Yes.
Excellent.
Perfect. Shall we go up there and check out our things and see if I can't get a hold of a little more information while we're up there?
Yes, indeed.
All right. So the three of you, after you grab the key, each of you grabs a tankard of ale and sit down at a table and discuss your next steps as you kind of finish quickly, drink it down, return the tankards, and head up to the second floor. You find your room off to the right, second door. You open it up. There are 3 small beds in the room, 2 along the wall, 1 close to the door, a window on the far side, a bearskin rug laid out in the middle, small trunks at the foot of each bed.
Perfect.
Okay, guys, do your thing. See if your patron will.
Okay. Gaz will just walk to the middle of the room, just sit down in the middle of the room. There's no rug or anything, right? It's like hardwood floor.
In the middle, there's a bearskin rug.
You take that up and roll it, put it away, and just shake his head. What a waste.
I'll look over at Raiden and say, now that's how you make a bear.
I will take note and work on
That's
that
what a
time.
bear looks like.
Or just I thought I made it okay. Maybe it looked more dog-like in a while.
You'd just walk to the middle of the room, sit down after you moved the bear rug, sit down on the hardwood floor, and just start like drawing geometric shapes in no specific order. And then like pull out some of his fur and put it in the middle, and then just close his eyes and start mumbling, just like indistinctly close his eyes.
Would it be safe to say that pirates know thieves can't? Or have like a pirate language?
Yeah, I'd say you have a can't, and most can recognize it.
I would look over at Seminari and just in probably like hopefully a language that Gaz doesn't know and just say, hey, like whatever pirate can't or thief can't you want to call it, just say, hey, like, do you think we can trust this guy? Like, are you getting any kind of weird vibes? Like, just like, what are his thoughts on this so far? What do you think?
I'll use psionic mind and send a message over to Raiden saying, I It all seems a little strange, like we're missing one piece of information. Just be ready for a fight, just in case.
Agreed.
And I would ask my patron if there's a specific location or a house that we may find this tome.
All right. You sit down and focus. You hear the chatter from the other two. You can't understand what they're saying, but you focus on speaking to your patron. You close your eyes. Everything starts to get quiet, and you get very relaxed. You picture yourself sitting. So in your mind, you imagine yourself, and you're sitting in this square room. All the walls are black, and you find yourself as you kind of come to in this realm. You open your eyes and you look around in this room, and you look up, and just this face pushes through the ceiling, uh, almost like a blank, featureless face. Not coming through the ceiling, but like the ceiling pushes down into the form of a face. And it just says, "Speak."
Where might this tome be inside this little town? Is it inside the old house of these witches?
Yes, you fool. Find the old home of the witches. The spell book is there. We must obtain it.
Ah, do you remember where it was in the old house, where the old house was located?
You fool, I've never been there.
Mm, yes, of course,
Ask me one more question.
How might we distinguish the spell book from other books?
It pauses. You will know it when you see it. And the face goes back up into the ceiling. And you break out of your trance. You're back in the room.
Right?
During that time, did we see anything different, or is he just sitting there like just like sitting cross-legged, or is he doing anything different while that happened?
He's just sitting cross-legged, and you kind of see like beads of sweat running down his face, but he's completely motionless. You can't even hear him breathe.
Okay.
And then he comes out, and his face expression just kind of wide-eyed.
Well, I know where it is, but I don't know where it is. It's in the old witch's house. But we need to figure out where that is.
Let us go maybe talk to our barkeep friend, see if he has any stories. Another good chance might be going to this party tonight and conversing with some of the town folk.
It wasn't that long ago these witches walked the earth, so someone must know.
Maybe we should keep the party as a last resort just in case, but I think it would serve better as a distraction than trying to go.
Yes, agreed.
Yes.
But yes, I believe the barkeep might be the best bet for, drunk people talk. So
Let's
go see if
down
we can
and
find any drunks.
talk to my new friend. Yes.
Yes.
So, head down.
Yes.
Go see the barkeep. I forget as we walk down. I never caught your name.
Oh, yes. My name is Bradford.
Bradford. Very nice to meet you. My name is Clayton. Very nice to partake in your establishment here.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Raiden. What can I help out with?
Clayton.
Clayton?
I'm giving him a false name, not my real name.
Ah.
So, I would ask. There's talk among this town that there was a witches or some type of coven that used to plague this land. I
Oh,
was curious. Did they live here within the town?
Uh, yeah, I'm surprised you don't know of it going to the ball tonight. But yes, the witches, their old home is just outside of town, to the north. Uh, they plagued the town, killing many folk, and from my understanding, planning to kill many more, until the town finally revolted and gathered against them as a whole. Uh, they caught them when they were weakest, from my understanding, and burned all three of them at the stake.
Oh my goodness, that's just fascinating. Um, did they burn the house down as well, or does the house still stand?
The house still stands, actually. It's almost as big of a thing as the Hallows Eve ball, actually. Some people come from out of town to visit the old witch's home.
Fascinating. Is it?
Hmm.
I know I noticed the bridge outside of town. Is it past the bridge and just further north, or is it a standalone home on its own? Out of curiosity.
It's all by itself. If you follow that road going north, you'll see the forest. It's just inside of the forest.
Fascinating. Has it been turned into some sort of how you say museum or a tourist attraction for passerby?
That's a great idea. Kind of. It kind of just sits there if anyone wants to go check it out. Um, from my understanding, the some of the items the townsfolk have kept. I know there's some magic around the house. Um, there's actually a book on a pedestal. A lot of it's actually kept pretty well. Um, but from my understanding, there's a spell around the book. No one can touch it.
Hmm, fascinating. Very interesting. Well, I'm quite curious to see this house.
Yeah,
I am
just
not
follow down
say
the road a little past the
superstitious.
graveyard.
Thank you, my friend. I very much appreciate the history lesson.
Oh, anytime.
Was. So I walk away. I'm like, okay, thank you. I start walking, and I'll kind of look back at Seminari, and if I can gesture you, like just like maybe if we worked together before, if you can get that message going again, or if we can that link you did with me earlier, is that like a continuous link
No,
where we
it's
can
only one
talk?
way. It's I can shoot messages, but I can't receive anything.
So I'd probably say it in first to you, just in our pirate camp, saying, "Looks like north we go." Like well, north. And I kind of gesture toward you guys. I do like a quick little head nod, and I'd probably just walk out of the establishment.
And Gaz will just kind of lumber out, just probably knocking a few things over on his way on accident. A
Be
little
careful,
clumsy.
please.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yes,
do
if
not
there's
do not
things
knock
that
over my
move.
pumpkins. Do not knock over my pumpkins. I took many a time on those.
I actually need to get my familiar out, so I need to go.
We can do this once we head out of town. Maybe not in the middle of town before you
True,
summon.
that works for
And
me.
as we're walking, I'll tell Gaz, Mike, it looks like we must head north up this road toward or past the graveyard, and that will take us to the witch's house.
Yes, that makes sense. Makes sense of which wouldn't live right in the middle of a town that they're terrorizing.
Do you know? He mentioned the home is protected by some spell that prevents like any mortal from touching. Were you given any magic words or uh, things from your patron to?
No magic words needed. And the night like tonight, All Hallows Eve, magic is a bit wonky. Uh, we should be able to take it tonight. Should be weak.
I guess my next ask would be, do you guys want to go now and canvass this house, or just wait till the night? because I want to make sure that when we get there, we might. I don't want us to double back. I don't know if we need anything else from house or possibly uh, some other component that could be here at his house at this point.
It'd be a good idea to get a lay of the land now.
All I know is my master said that we should go at night. So,
We could at least go and scout the building, but to go and take the actual tome, yes, we should go in at night. Definitely.
All right. So, which building do you guys want to go to?
I say we head to the witch's house. I
Go to
vote.
the witch-
I agree.
yes.
All right. So the three of you follow the road across
Yellow
the
brick
bridge.
road.
Click your ruby shoes together, Somanari.
Follow yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick
Oh, yeah,
road.
the road.
The three of you cross the bridge and follow the road heading north. You follow the road for a while, off to the east side. As you follow the road, there's a large graveyard. You can see many graves. Looks like all the land has been plotted out. There's a few stone structures inside the graveyard. As you pass by, and a little further way down the road, you see the tree lining of a forest.
Now, if I remember from his story, was it past the graveyard or did it go through the graveyard?
He said it was
To the-
past the graveyard.
Okay.
So you continue on and you find the forest lining. You can make out from in between the trees what looks to be a structure set up. So you follow through the forest. Yeah. And bam. And move you guys over. So it moved you over to the map. You're at the bottom. You see a small pond off to your right as you walk down the road. You follow the small paved road up to a structure. You see a house with some brick laid out in front of it. There's a fence around the household, and you see more fencing off to the what would now be the north side. And you see three stone kind of slabs above the ground.
We see any guards or anyone here at the house currently? Lights on inside the house?
Roll me a perception check.
Oh,
You take a moment, actually get a little closer to the house, kind of look around for any details that stick out. Everything seems quiet and you don't see any movement.
I would gesture toward Seminary and Gaz. Looks relatively quiet. Let me. Is there the gate open currently? Like how that is? It's like arcing arc.
Yes, it's just an arch. There's no door to it.
I want to walk toward the door, but I want to check for traps. So that there's like nothing hidden wires. I don't know if I can see through magical means, but I just want to check for traps. Like there's nothing leading up to the door.
Yeah, roll me another perception check for it. You walk up to the archway and kind of look around it before crossing through. You don't see anything. The archway looks old. It's actually begun to rust. Looks like it hasn't been kept very well.
I will continuously keep working my way toward the door, and then same thing. I just want to kind of give the door. I want to grab the knob and see if it's unlocked.
Yeah, you walk up, kind of checking all of the stones that make the walkway toward the front of the household. making sure nothing like it's set off as you step over them. Nothing happens, and you walk up to the door and actually kind of dust off one of the windows and peek inside a bit. Everything's dark in there. You try the knob, and it turns, and you hear a click.
I will kind of push the door open and let it like just breathe for a minute, and then I'll look back at Seminary and Gaz and just kind of dash my head, and I will walk into the house.
Okay, so you walk into the house. What do the other two do?
I would start lumbering up the pathway here. Come up.
I will as well. I'll follow inside.
All right,
I'll-
so
Just say I'll duck my head in.
okay. So all three of you enter into the household. You walk into the house. The house looks like it's been somewhat kept. Things have been dusted off, but webs have kind of begun to cover everything. Looks like nobody's been to the household for some time. As you enter in, you find a magic circle carved into the floorboards, a little past the entrance. And no, you don't step on it. You see it. You see
Alright,
in
guys,
the
the game. We are stuck.
Hold person. Level 20.
yes.
You
Cast
can
Power
never
Kill.
leave.
In the middle of the room is kind of a large wooden structure that's lifted off the ground. On top of it is a big cauldron. You can see spiderwebs kind of clinging to it and dust. Next to that is two empty braziers. By that magic circle is a pedestal with an open book laid out on the pedestal. Next to it is a small table with a single candle standing there. Around the other parts of the house, you see miscellaneous items. One table has rocks with some crystals atop it. There are three large bookshelves that line the right wall, all covered in spider webs. To the left, you find different vials and flasks laid about, as well as an empty chimney on the wall with a table across from that. On the far side of the household are three closed doors.
How's the lighting in this room? I mean, is it so dim that I might need to light a candle to shed some light on the situation?
What color is the
The candle
I'm going to tell
itself.
you this, Seminary. You and I cannot light this candle. It might.
Based on the
candle-
conversations that we've had up to this point, it might have to be gas.
The candle itself is white, sitting on a black base. The wick of the candle is also black.
Have you ever read the film Halloween Town? Paul, he has a young lad. We may not meet these requirements to light this candle.
I mean, it's all just a bunch of abracadabra at the end of it, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
I would say, what was the word? Hocus pocus.
Hokey pokey? What is hokey pokey?
I'm closing the door behind us, by the way.
All right.
Gaz would walk up to the circle, not touching it. Like, yes, Jax, that is a good idea. And he would just kind of study it and see if he can figure out what it means.
So you look over the circle. You recognize it as a circle belonging to a coven of witches. There's three parts of the circle that are carved out where each would stand, and their magic is amplified.
Ah, yes, that makes sense, Jax. You turn to the rest of them and be like, yes. You know, these witches, they would each stand in one of those sub-circles and they do their magic and it'd be much stronger.
So Minari will run over and hop and jump right into one of them. You mean this circle?
Yes, that circle.
We should
What,
cast a spell of friendship and see if it works.
wait, before, so
I don't know if
I
that
did-
would work.
what, if I look at Gaz, I'm like, what goes on rooms? What is the purpose?
It's to amplify magic. Shouldn't hurt us, I don't think.
What,
I'll send a psionic message over to Raiden. That means it will definitely hurt us.
I'll look at you and I say, what spell do you plan on casting? I look over at you guys too. I'm like, when are you bringing out your friend?
I might as well right now.
What
And
if
I will begin the
Well, I guess my
ritual to
question-
find familiar.
I question that. So if I also stand in that circle, would that amplify his familiar spell?
that's what I was
Let's
gonna
find out.
say.
Let's find out. It is a
So-
ritual
Let's
after
all
all.
hold hands while you do your ritual.
So the three of you, just wondering what would happen, stand in each of the circles, and then
Giant fucking dragon, like yes,
It's my little baby pseudo dragon, but it's like an adult dragon.
like boom, just nope, what's up? Works.
oh, also actually, so Minari, would you prefer a white, blue, purple, red, or brown imp?
Well, obviously purple.
All right. So you stand in a circle and cast your ritual for Find Familiar. As you do that, the circle under you, inside of the circle, runes around it light up. Gaz, you notice this and begin saying the same spell, recognizing the words as Silmanari, and the runes around you begin to light up.
I'm going to use psionic mind and send the next words to Raiden so that he can chant along
gonna-
with us as
yep.
well.
I'm gonna do that, so I'll make sure I can. That way, I can make sure I'm not messing this up.
Raiden, you receive this message, and the runes around the entire circle meet at your circle, but the circle around you hasn't lit up yet. The runes on the larger circle meet to you, and you begin to chant the words. And then the runes fade.
Dragonus Maximus.
The runes fade down. Seminari, you realize it fails because he's not a spellcaster.
Oh.
It was worth a try at least.
But you summon a normal purple imp.
Aww. But wait, I shouldn't. It would fail to be overpowered, but my magic
it's
being
not
wonky right
amplified.
now.
Well, no, the amplification fails. Your spell itself succeeds still.
Okay, so my familiar though is a pseudo dragon.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
you
to the
want a
ready.
pseudo
He's that
dragon.
little. He's
Yeah,
that little purple.
I wanted
sorry.
a pseudo dragon. Yeah,
I'm so used to you wanting an imp.
I know. I'm changing things up. Pseudo dragons have that stinger that if they fail the DC 11 save by 5 or more, it incapacitates them for 1 hour.
Oh,
Let me-
And they can send me telepathic communications for up to 1 mile. It's amazing.
I'm like, so did this chanting work?
it would have if we had another one like us two here, like Seminarian and I, or if one of my headphones could have come out and helped.
Let's just be
Technically,
happy that nothing bad happened.
Technically, I am an Echo Knight, so I don't know if I have spells.
You don't have spells.
No, all I can do
And
is I can cast.
I'm
my
gonna
Echo Knight. That's the only thing I have.
I'm gonna have my pseudo dragon sit on my shoulders so that I get the magic resistance, where I get advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects, as long as I'm within 10 feet of my pseudo dragon familiar.
I'm just giving you a tiny dragon.
Pseudo dragon's amazing. I want a pet dragon. It's awesome.
Can I look around? Are there any other scrolls or tomes? So the tome that's laid out to the right of Seminari, or the left of him, does that appear to be the tome in question? Because I thought the barkeep was saying that it was encased.
It's not encased. It's laid out on a pedestal, is what he said, as this one is.
Can I read any of the words?
You look over it, you don't recognize the word.
Uh,
Would I be able to recognize the words?
Yes, you read over the words on the page, the 2 pages that are open that you can see, and the page reads over a spell, uh, going over a spell for immortality. On the second page, it begins the incantation for it, but it doesn't have the complete incantation.
I look over at Aiden and go, "This isn't good, but it doesn't look like they finished." It seems to be that they're trying to live forever. Gaz, can you speak to, has your patron spoken to this at all, of what they were trying to do with the book?
oh, he calls me an idiot and tells me to go get it.
Ah, well, I kind of like this patron. But I'll kind of, would I be able to see any other types of spells within the book if I flip any of the pages?
Do you want to try and flip one of the pages?
Yes, I want to flip one of the pages.
You go to flip a page from the book, and as you go to grab toward the book, you feel a quick shock of pain as there's a barrier around the book.
Whew. Careful of
Make
that
it.
one, guys.
Make you tingly.
It does.
Oh, that sounds like fun. And Gaz would walk over to it and just study it and see if he can see any runes on it or see if there's any weak points or
Hey, guys, touch it. I dare
touch
you.
it.
Do it.
Goes he just that's electrifying.
You look over the pedestal that the book is on, and you don't see any runes on the pedestal itself.
I'll look over at Gaz and I'll say, "Go ahead and light the
Okay. Gaz would walk over and light the candle, and as he does so, would he recognize the magic that's being used to protect the tome? Would there be any way
You recognize it as some sort of protection spell.
for protection? Okay.
I'll be right back.
All right.
Light the candle and see what happens. It's not black, so it should be fine.
You light the candle. So you take out a match, strike it, and light the wick of the candle. And you notice the red and yellow flame from the match goes onto the candle, and as it goes onto the wick of the candle, the flame turns black instead.
This seems interesting.
You feel the room drop in temperature. It gets extremely cold.
I am going to summon my Echo Knight. Um, I'm going to put him right here at the door.
I'm just gonna make a copy of you.
Yep. Well, yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's a shadowed version of me.
Yeah.
It's like shadow me. So perfect.
Um,
I'm gonna pull up my rapier and my shield, kind of like preparing for anything as I've noticed that tension.
You just hear Gaz mumbling. Yes, that is very true. Good thing I am covered in fur. It's not that bad.
you notice the two braziers aside the wooden structure light illuminating the room. You begin to hear the wind whistling outside, and the drapes, the curtains by the windows begin to flutter about as all of the windows blow open. And the three doors on the other side of the room kick open. The rooms are shadowed, and out from the rooms step 3 women.
What
The-
happened while I was gone?
He lit the candle.
Everybody dies.
The wind stops, and you see all 3 of them kind of stretch out. And the redheaded woman looks over at the other 2. How long has it been, sisters? The other 2 look at her. Far too long.
He burst into song.
They all 3 snap over to you guys. So, which one of you lit the candle?
As I
The
go, just kind of
only-
wave his big paw.
The only one that myself and my compatriot believed to be a virgin.
And how
I
did you
definitely
know?
did.
Can I have my Echo Knight move right to this location as still going on as you're talking?
Your Echo Knight goes to take a step, and the redheaded woman holds her hand up and says, "Don't move unless told to."
I don't take
Um,
orders from you. I take orders from my headmaster, obviously.
so hold on. So it is immune to all conditions. So is this a specific condition that it's trying to put on him, like for hold?
No, she's just telling you not to move.
I'm just gonna have him move right here to my. I'm gonna tell them I'm like it's just moving to stay in my lineup.
And as he moves to the other side of you, the blonde woman flicks her hand, and you see a beam of what looks like air and force blasts over your Echo Knight, hitting it in the chest, and it dissipates.
Auto hit. That is very rude in some current day situations.
The blonde woman looks at her nails. Huh, still got it.
I look at my nails. I'm like, I wonder if I too still have.
The redheaded woman begins to walk quickly over to you. Well, you 3 have done what you needed, so you can go now.
No, we haven't done what we needed. We're not done here yet.
I think you are.
We'll just kind of look at him, something like, kind of confused looking. Like,
Seminari, I'm gonna look at you and I'm gonna ask in our pirate camp. I'm like, is it time to do this my way?
I believe it is time for the fun way.
I would like to DM
Mhm.
with my feline agility, rush to the redheaded woman, and I am going to take a swipe with my ring.
Okay, give me 1 second. And you can move your character over to it real fast. Making sure I have it, and I do. And go ahead, if you haven't yet, make that attack roll.
17? Or no?
Okay.
Yeah, 17 to
Yeah,
hit,
17.
and
17.
then 12 piercing damage.
It hits. You slash at the woman. She holds her arm up, and your rapier cuts across her arm. She says, I guess it's time to break off some dust. And that will initiate combat.
Oh, nice.
And she starts. Grab her sheet.
God, gosh, gas. -2.
Uh,
Oh my gosh, awesome.
oh, that's
He actually
cool.
goes up. He actually goes off initiative. He's not even part of the game. He just blimps into non-existence.
You just hear him mumbling to him and his friends and that lip in his head.
I'm so weak. No.
No.
Yeah. And the redheaded woman looks at you and
Laughs at Gas's initiative roll also.
Do I have to do that again?
asks,
So I have my token selected.
no, I do it. So you don't
Oh,
roll.
yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, you're all good. But I think yours, yeah, it didn't overwrite, so it kept the one that I rolled.
Perfect.
And the best part is the audience can't see what you rolled yet. Like they don't see that you in the turn order yet. So it's going to be a surprise for them when they see it. It's amazing. It's worth the wait, guys.
She casts Magic Missile at Raiden.
Oh,
And that's 1, 2, 3, 4,
woo!
and 5.
God, what level did she cast it at?
A
8,
really high one.
12, 15, 20 points of damage. So all at once,
All to me?
yes. You rush up and slash at her. She holds both of her hands out and fires a bunch of magic missiles at once that just slam you in the chest and kick the wind out of you.
Ugh. Ugh. Mm.
She turns
Okay.
around. See that, sisters? Still got it. Are you still going to play, kitty?
You're gonna see my eyes go red, and I'm just gonna be like, ah! I'm gonna lash out at you, and I'm gonna hit another attack, and I'm gonna actually knock out a. I will do a. I'm gonna use one of my superiority dice, and I'll do a precision attack. So let's see if I can hit first. 11 hit.
You miss.
So question, DM: if I miss the attack, does it still burn a superiority dice if I'm not hitting with the anticipation that I plan on hitting it?
No. I believe precision. Double check. Future you roll. Oh no, precision you do because you have to roll the dice and that adds to your attack roll.
Oh, well, so does that mean I add the D8 to the attack roll?
Yes.
Ooh, okay.
So you have to roll the
Roll
D8.
1d8s.
It
Does
still
a-
misses.
God damn it! All right, and I am down a superior dice. All right, I will use my bonus action to Oh my god, I should have done this first. All right. Nope, that's all I'm gonna do.
All right. So click the check mark and end your turn.
All right, I lied. I'm not gonna do that yet. I am gonna summon my Echo Knight behind her. Give my Echo Knight advantage attacking her.
All
Done
right.
this first. Should have done this first. Still learning how Echo Knights play.
So you summon it with a bonus action.
Yes, bonus action to summon it. So
It goes off of your attacks. So because you've attacked, it does not.
well, all right, hold on. I want to
It can
say
attack in your place.
Unleashed Incarnation. I I have a heightened your Echo Knight's Fury. Whenever you take the attack, oh man, make one additional okay. I'm okay. No, fine. That's okay. But I'm gonna be okay
It's
with this.
if you want to use it.
Here's what we'll do. I'm gonna do my action surge. I'm gonna burn my action surge. Do another attack. So
Okay.
I will attack one more time, and then I'm gonna use my Unleash Incarnation. And I only get to do it once because I only have a +1 to my Constitution. It's the number of amount that I have on Constitutions. So I'm gonna get another attack on her with advantage because we're not flanking, and then my Echo Knight will be able to have an attack on her with advantage flanking. Correct?
Mhm.
Okay, perfect. So, let me see. Sorry. I can either roll. Can I roll twice, or how do I roll with advantage on?
So on your character sheet, there's a little thing that says advantage, normal.
Advantage. There we go.
So
Alright.
we'll have you attack first.
Okay, so here's my attack with my rapier.
Ooh.
23 to hit.
You did that at advantage. So I'll count that as your Echo Knight's attack. Because you wouldn't attack at advantage. Your Echo Knight would.
Wouldn't
You just
I
take that
also
20
get?
at
Not
first
Echo
roll.
Knight, your Echo would.
Don't I also get? So if I'm doing my action surge, don't I get my attack back though to still use my attack? And then
Yeah, but it's not at advantage. Your Echo Knight is flanking. You're not. Your Echo is flanking. You're not.
Oh, only the okay. All right, I get that. I thought both creatures technically still get advantage if there's flanking. So okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. Okay, so sure. So Echo Knight rolled a 23. So 9 points of
It
damage
hit.
to my Echo Knight. I will then roll with normal. Another 23.
And it
Ooh.
hits. You deal
And then
another 7.
another 7 points of piercing damage. And so I look at her and I'm like, looks like I too.
You slash across her chest this time. And it cuts through her dress. As you do that, your Echo Knight pierces into her back with its rapier. She kind of grunts with the pain, and then she holds up her arm to her forehead. Sisters, it hurts me.
With my action surge, does that give me another bonus action or just the action?
It gives you another bonus action.
I will do second wind on myself for a 1d10 restore on me.
You just roll a d10.
Okay. Awesome.
And then you're level 3, so we add a 3. You get back 11 health.
Oh, heck yeah. All right, cool. Oof, shake that off a little bit. And I'm like, all right. I'm like, let's kill these witches. And that will be my turn. So then I'll go up here. And boom.
After all this happens with the redheaded sister, you see the sister off to the far corner with black hair and wearing a black with kind of green tint dress. She steps forward and yells out, "Get away from my sister!" As she throws both of her arms forward with the rest of her body and fires off more magic missiles. Uh, all of the missiles slam into Raiden, dealing 13 points of damage.
Woo.
Good thing you healed yourself.
Yes.
And she stands back up, holds a finger out, and says, "It's a bad putty cat." Dominari.
Well, this is I believe that we might be on track for our fastest PTK in history. Oh, this is fun.
Fastest.
Oh, my wizard hat keeps falling off. Warlock hat in this regard. Let's see. The redhead's already been hit, so I'll go ahead and actually let's have some fun. Let's get a little bit creative with it. Let's go ahead and step right here with my pseudo dragon on my chest, on my shoulder, and I'm going to unleash my breath weapon.
All right.
It's not built. Let's see.
What's the roll for it?
Damage. 1d10 psychic damage. And the
Cool.
DC equals 8 plus con plus proficiency. So 8, 12, 14. And I'll do the roll for the psychic damage to the two sisters because this one's a cone.
All right.
Ooh.
And I'll roll their saves. You said con, right?
Yeah, let me see what the save is. Dexterity saving throw.
Dex, okay. Normal. We'll do the black-haired sister and the blonde sister.
Yay,
Both
they
failed.
failed.
Ooh.
Both take 8 damage.
Is that your D10 plus anything? Or is it just
Um,
the D10?
Might be plus your con modifier.
No, the creature takes 1d10 psychic damage. That's it.
Now, since you have your little dragon out, and she failed by more than 5, does that do anything?
No, that's
Okay.
just a sting attack with my pseudo dragon. Yeah.
Yeah, not his attack itself.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
it would have to be a substitute sting attack with the tail stinger. All right. Let's see. And with that, I'm going to hold on to the healing light. I have a feeling we might need it. And I will actually go ahead and take a step back and bring my dragon with me and kind of retreat a little bit. And that will end Silmanari's turn.
All right. The two sisters look over and say, well, they all seem to be trying. And then all three of them laugh out loud in front of you. And then the blonde sister asks, hold person onto Silmanari.
With that one, because any magical spell that hits me has disadvantage. Would that give me advantage on the saving throw?
Why does it have disadvantage?
The dragon, the pseudo dragon, as long as I'm within 10 feet of it, I get the magic resistance.
So you have
It says-
advantage on the save.
Yeah, so the pseudo dragon has advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects. So yeah, say I have advantage on saving throws. Perfect.
Okay. And oh, actually, she targets all three of you with this hold person.
Ooh.
They're high level. All right. What, at a certain level, does it just hold?
So you guys have to do a
Wisdom saving throw?
wisdom save throw at 2 DC 15.
I have a.
Of course.
Wisdom saving throw? All right, hold on.
Advantage, I threw an 8.
Hey, natural 18. I have a plus.
The guy who picks the fight saves.
Ah, buddy.
All right. So you two fail. So you are held. And up to 1 minute. And at the end of each of your turns, you can re-roll to see if you save. And the blonde witch begins to walk up closer. Just kind of daintily walking and kind of strutting to the decide each step. Gaz, you are paralyzed. Can't really do anything
Can he roll on his turn though to get out of hold?
at
It'll be the
end of his
turn. Mhm.
Oh, end
So
of
I
the turn.
can't cast a spell or anything then.
Mhm.
Nope. So you can end your turn and roll again to see if you save.
Right, I'll end my turn and hit.
At 20.
Nice.
Now you are no longer affected by the hold.
All right. Gotta shake it off.
This isn't.
Nope.
So her and I rolled the same initiative. Technically, doesn't it? Whoever has the highest dexterity goes first.
It has you re-roll it, like roll a second time, and the second roll gets the highest. So the system automatically does that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it rolled a second time in the background. She rolled a higher second dice than you.
Cool, 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 cool.
She lets out a yawn into Raiden's face and just turns to the side and begins to walk over here.
I will take my attack up here.
Go ahead.
After 20.
You, as she walks past you, you take your rapier and stick it into her leg, dealing 11 damage. She turns toward you. That one hurt. And she holds up her hand and snaps and casts Lightning Bolt.
All right. Is
In a
there a
straight
save on that one?
Dexterity.
Okay, I have high dex, but it's probably not going to matter because I'm below. Yep, I'm down. Yep.
And
So,
Gaz, you're
one.
no longer paralyzed, so you roll Dexterity save.
Oh, she's casting it in a straight line. Is she hitting all three of us?
Yep. And Seminar, you automatically fail because you're paralyzed.
Sucks. Ugh.
Straight line.
Yep.
Got it.
So you go down. This disappears. You take 21.
Oh,
And Seminar, you already deducted.
Yep.
I will. I'm just going to set you to 0.
Excuse me. I was saying it didn't put me all the way to my health, so I'm not like.
No. And the red-headed witch yells over to the blonde and says, "Stop the hold." She breaks her hold person on Seminari. And the red-headed witch says, "Get your cat and get out."
Gaz, quick, grab the pussy. Let's go.
Gaz will walk over and just try to pick him up and walk out. I am 7'9", almost
You can
400
carry him.
pounds.
So, as you grab Raiden, throw him over your shoulder, and begin to walk out of the house, you see all three of the witches kind of get for the center of the room, and all three of them are just waving goodbye at you.
Gaz will
And the
wave
redhead-
goodbye.
Seminaria, blow him a kiss over his shoulder.
And the red-headed one leans forward and says, "Visit whenever you want."
Oh, thanks for the invite back. We may be seeing you again.
She looks over. "Stella, get the book. Let us begin.
On the way out,
It's
Gaz will
been
just
too long."
Gaz will say on his way out, "Don't forget about the party tonight." Walk out.
Of course, the guy who lights the candle is thirsty to invite the three witches to the party.
the three of you walk out of the house and you step outside. You notice a bit of time has passed and the sun is beginning to get the sunset. The two of you step outside and you
Am I
hear a
stabilized or am I making death saves?
Gaz takes some time. He stabilizes you.
Okay.
And let me find where was it? Token. Oh, there he is.
I'll toss him a
And-
healing light.
All right. So you lay down Raiden in the middle of the stone walkway, and Seminar, throw your healing light.
And of course, it's not on this character. I haven't created one.
What's the say?
It actually doesn't say. I can't remember. Next one together, reduce the number of hit points. Your pool regains.
Oh, it's a pool. That's right.
Yeah.
Remove D6s and remove it. Plus your warlock level. So it's a
Okay.
D6, and you have
9.
4 of them.
Oh yeah. There it is. That's right. 2 health back.
All I need to stand up. It's like,
Does that hit
did
everyone?
No,
get
just
the
him.
Cool.
Get the book? What happened? Oh my god, my head. Ugh.
I think I got a date.
I hate spellcasting.
Of course, he has a date.
The 3 of you begin to chat about, and atop the roof of the house, you hear, all 3 of you are morons. You look up onto the roof of the house, and you just see a black cat sitting on the roof, its tail kind of just flicking up.
I'm sorry, and who are you?
I'll look at the cat and go, I know you are, but what am I?
What you are is a damned fool.
Aww.
It begins to walk
Thank
down
you.
to the lowest point of the roof and hops onto the ground. It sits in front of the 3 of you. Why did you wake them up?
I look at Gaz. I'm like, it's not my fault that we brought that virgin to a book.
Yes, we're just doing our bidding, and this one over here couldn't see, so I lit the candle, and well, there's some 3 lovely ladies in there now.
Quickly, let's leave. I'll explain everything back in town.
I was look to Malarian Raiden and just say, "You must think very highly of us. My master calls me those things all the time. He must really like us."
I'm like, let's go back to our room. Drink off this. And
I'll look
I'd say
over
we
it.
start-
I'm sorry.
I'd say we head back to town so I can get some alcohol. My head's pounding from getting magically pounded.
I'll look over at Gaz and say, you know, you're one of my favorite people, you moron. And just keep moving. Following behind Raiden. Yeah, Maroon.
Right. The 3 of you, or the 4 of you now, leave the witch's house and go back onto the road and begin walking toward town. The cat walking next to you looks up and just says in common language to you, "Ah, so why again did you decide to wake the 3 sisters?"
We were given lots of promises of money. Acquire their book.
You're after this spell book?
Well, yeah. What else would we be after in there?
Other than guys needing a date to the ball.
Yes.
Well, now that you've woken them, every child in this town is dead.
Good thing I'm not a child.
I was going to say, it sounds like not a problem for the children. Well, that's
Hold on, and then the rest of us after.
Ooh.
This sounds like a you problem.
This isn't my town, so yes, I don't. I will not be staying here for the partaking of this. So yeah.
Hey, I mean, as long
Why
as we
not?
can get the book, we
They
should be
they
fine,
say
right?
Yeah,
sucks
if
to
we get
suck
the
it.
book, they can't do their magic. You'll be fine. Just make sure we get the book.
I'm sorry. Where's the book?
It's back there.
Guys will get it later when she's asleep.
Yeah, she'll
You know,
invite me back.
from as he's peeking out from behind the bushes, he can tell when she's asleep.
Like, you see the cat just sit down in the middle of the road and just like puts its paw up to its head and just does it a couple times.
Is your
So
forehead sweaty? Do you need a rag?
you
I hand
don't
him.
have until tonight. They're going to do their spell tonight. They're going to kill all of the children and obtain immortality.
I mean,
Tonight?
that means that we still have until tonight, though.
Yeah.
Just
So
technically speaking, just
my
you
little cat friend, do you have a means to make us stronger? Are you planning to assist us in getting this book?
what if she takes a nap?
Well, I don't have much of a choice to help you. There's no way to make you stronger. What we need to do is get that book and keep it away from them.
And how do you propose this? We were just suggesting the exact same thing. I'd like to point that out.
Well, that's for you three to figure out.
What good are you then?
So when we tried to grab it before, though, it shocked my compatriots. Are you saying we can now grab it now and not have that issue?
Yes, after you lit the candle, brought them back, the barrier was dropped.
Yeah, I did what I was supposed to do.
Other than grab the book.
Yeah, I was too busy carrying your ass out.
Guess we could
Well,
have grabbed and ran. I don't think.
I. Oh, this character didn't build properly. I'm missing my invisibility spell. Oh man.
I'll let you swap it.
Okay. Well, I do have invisibility.
Well,
Well,
Maybe we
that's
should try a
better.
little bit more of a subtle approach.
I mean, we need to go back there now then and try to get this quick.
Yes, quickly. And we have to keep it away from them until the morning.
Will they be dead if we keep away from them till the morning? No chance of coming back?
Yes, exactly. I was here when they cast the spell on themselves. They turned me into this cat and sacrificed my sister. By using her life force, they were allowed to come back another time, which is now. If morning comes and they haven't completed their spell, they should vanish, melt away. I don't know. They should cease to exist. That's the goal. You get it?
Got it.
I like this one. He listens.
Well, it's not that difficult. I'll look to Similarity
So,
and then be like, so you trying to go invisible now and go back and snatch and grab? They
No,
might
so
I,
tell
be-
me
are
around the
we
book.
are we
I
staying
believe.
close by then to the hut? Are we staying close by their house? Are we because we were back already on the road?
Yeah,
Are
you're
we
back
staying?
on the road, so just a few minutes away from the house.
We could try to distract them, and then someone runs in to grab this book. That might be our best bet.
I believe that we have a little bit more planning to do.
I thought you wanted that drink to help with your pulsing headache.
I mean, I would, but at this point, if we plan on wanting to get this book sooner than later, we
But
should probably go back and get it now.
we have until they begin their spell. They should take some time. If you'd like, I have some things that can help. I've hid them over in the graveyard.
So he can
Let's
make
go
us
there.
stronger.
I believe that I have a good solution to our problem. And I dismiss my pseudo dragon. I believe that a different familiar might be a little bit more suitable. Maybe we should go somewhere nearby, heal our wounds, and then come back. We're a little bit more prepared.
I say we head to the graveyard, do some short rests, and then see if this little feline can help.
Or we short
Yeah.
rest. I would cast comprehend languages on me just in case. That lasts for an hour.
Okay. Yeah. If you just want to cast it on yourself subtly,
Yeah, just to see, because I noticed they've been talking and I couldn't understand them.
Oh, the two of them,
The
yes.
two of them.
All right. So the four of you make your way back down the road and break off to go toward the graveyard. The sun has begun to set, and the light of day is beginning to end. Move you guys over.
And I
Yes.
need a quick bio break when we get a chance.
Well, we'll go into some story and heal you guys up here in a bit, so we can take a quick break.
Sounds
All
good.
right.
Great.
Be back in 5.
All right.
Yep.
2, 1. You're up.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Thank you for being patient while we took a quick break. But we're going to hop straight back into the action. The three of you have followed the cat to the graveyard. You've walked to the graveyard. There's a small fog beginning to form around. The sun is setting. There's a small stream that broke off from the main river through town that crosses in front of the graveyard. You begin to walk over a small wooden bridge, the cat leading you across, and he looks, while walking, looking back at you, saying, "Follow me. I'll show you where I've got some treasures."
Follow the cat.
Yeah, let's follow.
I'll ask the cat. So how long have you been like this form?
Whew. Time is weird when you're a cat. I want to say about 40 years.
Hey,
Old cat.
That's what I thought. I was worried I'd have a cat's lifespan, and I was just a boy when they turned me into this. But no, I seem to outlive most things.
Hmm. Must have your 9 lives still.
Blessing and a curse. I hope so. But I've got some treasures. When the witches were burned after what they did to me and my sister, I took some of their belongings and hid them away.
Uh,
Right back here, actually. He walks up to a statue of what looks like a Grim Reaper, a statue of a figure dressed in a long black robe holding a scythe in its hands. He walks behind it, and you see him start digging at the ground. Uh, this might go faster if you help.
No, you're doing a great job. Keep up the hard.
Gaz walks over and kneels down and starts pawing with his big bear paws.
Oh, thank you. Some disadvantages of being a cat. Trust me, it took hours just to get this thing here. As you begin digging, and you find a wooden crate. You dig around it, dig it out from the ground, lift it out. It has a lid over it. You open it, and you see a few vials in there, and a cloak wrapping everything around.
I would inspect the vials and kind of see if I know what they're for.
Uh, Two of them are potions of healing. Just kind of knowing your way around some magic potions. They seem to be all fairly basic. Two of them are potions of healing. One of them is, where was it? A potion of speed, and one is a potion of lightning resistance.
These might prove useful, especially this one. He'll hand the lightning resistance to Raiden. This should help protect you from lightning. And said we have an invisibility potion here too, right?
No, two healing, one
Healing.
potion of speed,
Sorry.
and the lightning resistance.
Can we call this a short rest if we're not helping dig out the chest? We'll be sitting here for longer than an hour.
It doesn't take an hour. It's kind of just a little below service level. Also, just for time with the night, it doesn't take too long.
Okay. So I can roll a hit die.
I mean, if you're leisurely sitting around while they do this and they bring everything to you, I will let you roll a hit die.
Yep, I'm gonna be sitting at that statue rolling.
I already said I was helping dig, so
Seminari will do the same, apparently. Seminari is also muted. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. The D6 must have been from earlier. Do you want the purple in? Ah, that's right. Yes. I have this cool asset. It's animated and everything, okay?
nice.
Do you have resistances? Oh, from your Rachel. You're resistant to psychic damage. Yeah. It should. Oh, it'll be in each individual thing. So, like draconic resistance to psychic, you'll have to find the abilities that give you them. Oh, that's what I'm saying. There isn't one. It, it it doesn't keep track of those because they're given from so many different abilities. Yeah. Well, that and on normal character sheets, there's not a spot for it.
You have to add
But
them though, I think. At least
but
in
in
the full.
but in actual D&D, there isn't a spot for it.
D&D Beyond?
Yeah. Well, is there a
I think
spot?
D&D Beyond, I think, has your resistance
Oh,
that come with your characters.
interesting. Yeah, Roll20 just uses the base one that Wizards of the Coast created, which doesn't have
We
a
are
spot
we
for
are not sponsored, but if you'd like to be sponsored on our show,
it. Mhm.
out.
That's a whole nother thing now.
It's a whole nother email on a whole nother day.
All right.
I rolled my hit
Moving on.
dice. I'm good.
Yep.
It's I think it's your hit dice. Is it plus a Constitution
No,
modifier? Or is it just the hit dice?
it's just hit dice for that, which is
No.
resilient. There's a feat that does exactly what you're thinking. It's
I
a
might
part
roll,
of the feat.
I might roll the rest of my hit dice if I.
Not enough time. I do specify for
Okay.
hours.
Squeezing. No worries. I'll take the 8 points.
But you do have 2 potions of healing and a potion of speed, and the lightning resistant.
I'll look over at Gaz and say, does anyone else need more healing? I might take one of those potions.
I definitely do. Yeah, they almost knocked me out there with that lightning.
I was gonna say, I think all of us took that lightning hit, didn't we? Or how are you?
Yeah.
How are you looking, Minari?
Yeah.
I think I do have one.
Maybe myself and Raiden should take these 2, and you take the one that you have brought along.
Yeah, so if both of you want to drink the potions of healing,
Yes.
I will just, with taking it some time, they were well made, and they're maxed out, so it heals you for 6.
Oh, cool.
It's a D4 plus 2. Oh, you're right. Right, so it's 10. 2 D4 plus 2. Yours was made well. You can add the 10.
And winning.
You made it yourself, Suminara. You know it was great. Yeah, you're at 13.
Gaz will look over to Seminarian and be like, we also have this potion of speed. This be useful for your imp or for you in the snatch and fly away?
Suminara, familiar with the potion of speed that you are? It's a yellow liquid with black swirls going through it. The user has the haste spell put upon them for 1 minute.
Gaz hands that over.
Seminary.
It uses the same turn as you. Yeah, it moves on your turn. No. Yeah, you get each. There is a distance your imp has to stay within you, otherwise the spell breaks. I think it's 100 feet. Should just be 1 mile. Beautiful.
Oh. You could probably almost do it from here.
Yeah, you just have to be in trance.
Would we know if this was within a mile of the witch's house?
Yes, just know coming from there, it is less than a mile away. As well uh, as you're uh, pulling the cloth out of um, the box as well, you look over it and see kind of runes embroidered on the cloak. That is a cloak of protection.
The Gaz would put that on.
Whoa, guys. You need,
He already has a cloak.
you are strong enough. I do not know if you need to take part of this.
Gaz puts the cloak on. It's
Oh
up
my
to you if
goodness.
you give it to someone else, but you
And
put it on.
you look somewhat stronger.
I mean, I am a bugbear. We are pretty strong.
I was gonna say, even with my armor class of 18, with them doing solely just magic, AC's kind of out the window and what they're really gonna be doing. And if we're just playing keep away,
But Gaz wants. It's up to Gaz.
So what
If he
Gaz
does
wants.
it. It's up to Gaz what he does if he hands it over. I mean, you can fight Gaz for it.
To be a pirate and take it from him. Yeah. Now I'm good with it. You can hold on to it.
So Gaz, equipping the cloak of protection, it gives you a +1 to your AC and a +1 to all of your saving throws. It's in your inventory. It automatically adds all of that.
Awesome. I'm now at AC of 10.
Moderately respectable. All right. So the cat turns toward you. Oh, and I'm sorry, I haven't even introduced myself. My name is Baxter.
Baxter.
I thought you
That's
said
a fitting
bastard.
cat's name.
I thought you said bastard. I'm like, oh, interesting.
Baxter. Thank you.
It must be your accent.
Yeah, your hearing might be off, cat. Well, I watched him take that lightning bolt. He might have a concussion.
Yes.
Well, I've helped all I can.
Hmm.
What's your plan for getting the book back?
I'm actually muted, so the audience can't hear me. Okay, interesting.
Oh.
Um,
Explain that one more time for the audience this time.
and my thoughts are that maybe we, my imp can fly in, grab the book, as my imp would be invisible. Then the book, as my imp carries it, would then be invisible as well, giving us the advantage to where they can't at least see it. Maybe we should create a diversion to draw the sisters out so that the imp could grab it in secret.
I have half a mind of going back there.
I think that's something.
I did tell them that they might see me again soon, so they'll be expecting me. They said come back anytime. So
Oh, I heard. Good job inviting them to the ball.
you're welcome.
What time of day is it? Has the sun started to set yet?
Yes, it's almost completely under the horizon now.
Can we hear I wonder if we could use the ball as cover to steal the book. I mean, what's a few townsfolk in the grand scheme of things if we can get the book?
Oh, you mean hiding within the... Gotcha.
Or what if they're on their way to the ball and leave the book behind?
I doubt the sisters are going to the ball. They're probably going to prepare their spell for immortality again. The only
Ah.
night they can do it.
And all the wee beasties would be at home. Unguarded by their parents who are all going to the ball. Sounds like it's sort of an ideal situation for the sisters.
Sadly so.
But if we go to the sisters and let them know about a specific house that's unlocked, and they go to get some wee children, and we can grab it then.
Nah, I think maybe we should go with a bit of a straightforward approach. Maybe draw him out of the house, challenge him, maybe run away as fast as he can, and my imp will come around the back and steal the book.
Going to be hard with how they can go.
I let them hold me last time. They won't be able to.
Maybe we send Gaz in.
Yeah.
And maybe you are imp with him, invisible.
You
Gaz,
can take a ride on my back, and we can walk in.
Gaz, can you think of a musical way to distract the blonde sister?
I mean, I think we can all
Yeah.
think of a way to distract the blonde sister.
Maybe you could serenade her with a song, Gaz, and tell her what's on your
Oh.
heart.
Maybe I can give it a try. I'm not very proficient in any instruments, though.
It'd be worth a try. You don't even need an instrument. You could sing it to her a cappella. Maybe a
Ooh.
bit of your poetry. You seem to be a
Acapella.
scholar who has limited interactions with the ladies. Do you know any poetry?
Maybe. Roses are red, violets are blue.
Beautiful.
Go with it.
Through and through.
The tongue of a bard, if I ever did hear one.
But I'm a warlock, not a bard.
Maybe you could reconsider one day. You may have a career in music, but we'll never know unless you try.
We'll see if I walk out with a date or not.
We will. I
Right?
telepathically send a message over to Raiden. I think he's in.
Just shake my head. I'm like, oh, the divines.
So I take it your imp makes a sound or something that we need to cloak?
Um, no, I mean, unless he was talking, no, he's completely invisible and silent.
Ah,
I don't think he would make a sound as he's flying. What do you say, Rob? I don't think he does, right?
Not a sound while he flies now.
Yeah. It's
Pretty
like a
silent.
bird flying by your head. You're not really going to hear it, especially if you're outside of the house and it comes in through the window or, I don't know, one of the 3 doors. Maybe even one of the doors they come out. Ooh.
we'll see.
But I'll be hidden nearby. Actually, I wonder if I should stay here and send you guys forward with my imp.
Gaz was just thinking about the money and payment.
I have to be in a state of meditation while I'm controlling my imp.
Raiden, you recognize this as one of Silmanari's ways of getting out of doing work once again.
I look at Seminary. I'm like, you're going to come with, my friend. Yeah. We will not be playing the, oh, I need to stay here and meditate with my eyes closed to do this spell.
All
We're leaving
right,
work.
all right. You figured me out. I don't need to control the imp. I just need to send it somewhere. So, yeah, I think we're good. But where should we send the imp once it has the book?
Should follow us back here to the graveyard.
All right. Sounds like a plan. I'll send the imp forward to here once it retrieves the book.
Sounds
And
good.
here it will stay invisible and wait for us. Is there like kind of a nook that I can go to? Like maybe I don't know the hole that the cat just that we dug up for the crate, where the imp can kind of hang out there. Yeah, let's do that. The imp will hang out in the hole for the crate as soon
All
as it
right.
comes back, and it'll be invisible. Or no, it'll sit on top of the statue. It'll sit on top of the statue with the or at the base of the statue. Sorry, at the base of the statue, on the ground with the book is where I'm going to send it as soon as we're done, or as soon as it grabs it, and then we can hit him fast and then retreat.
All right. So, you guys want to go back to the witch's house?
Let's do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys follow the road back. Baxter the cat kind of walking behind all of you. You walk up the pathway back to the witch's house and begin approaching.
And my imp is invisible this whole time.
Yes.
I turn him invisible as soon as we left the graveyard.
Invisible. Or not unconscious.
Are we all stealthing? Is that what we're trying to do?
I didn't mean to do that.
No, I did.
Oh, gotcha. Let's see. An invisible creature is impossible to see without the aid of magic or a special sense. For the purpose of hiding, the creature is heavily obscured. The creature's location can be detected by any noise it makes or any tracks it leaves. Good thing it flies.
Okay, I would look at Gaz. I'm gonna brush him off a little bit, find like a flower or something, put it on his little robe. I'm like, okay, look, you go in, you make sweet talk. Imp goes and grabs book. He's going to fly past you, and then come out. Leash.
Yeah, I think I can do that.
Tell me what you decide. What are you going to talk to girls about? What are you going to talk about?
Going to invite them to the ball, of course.
Okay, that was good. Yeah. Okay, I will stay behind this stump. They do not like me. And I will wait. I will wait for you guys. Make sure you listen for the seminar. He will tell you in your head. Have book, and you come out. Okay.
Ah, you'll become a new head friend. Got it. Got it.
And I am going to cast invisibility on myself as well, so that I can stay nearby, completely obscure, invisible.
I am just.
I'll
going
actually
to-
wait back here with Raiden.
Mhm.
Okay, so you cast invisibility.
Man, I had a good roll. But I have this advantage to have heavy armor. And
Quick
Ninja.
question. Armor of Agathes, is that visible to
Agathis.
others? Agathis, sorry.
To a degree, you basically have this cold aura around you.
Might cast that myself before I go in.
It's up to you. You begin to approach.
Cast that. I walk up to the door. I
I'm gonna
burst through. Oh,
and here really quick before he does
Yep.
that, I'm gonna set my imp out wide to take a wide berth around the property to kind of go all the way around the edge and skirt it so that way it can stay as kind of low profile as possible, away from all the action, not trying to draw attention to itself.
All right.
I'm gonna burst through the door, just super like aggressively, to like maybe knock the door off the hinges if I can, so they can't close it on me. Do I have to roll anything for that?
Roll me an athletics check.
Nat
look
one, you
over-
break your knee.
I look over at you, Seminary, and I'm like, he does not do this often, yes?
I'll look over at him.
Seminary is invisible,
Mhm.
but, he
But I
can
will tell
respond.
yeah, I can.
I'll be looking forward saying it, knowing that you're around me, and I'm just like, he does not talk to girls often, no? Yes.
My psionic mind wouldn't be in action, so I'll just
No.
send it over to him and just go, I don't think he has much interaction with anyone.
Do you think once we get book, just take it and go?
I mean, we can recover him if it's feasible. But it wouldn't be the worst
Yeah.
thing in the world if, we had to sell it on the market.
Was he, and just talking to UGM, was he the one that propositioned us that he would be giving us the money or goods or something?
Yes.
Or I guess he is. Okay. Yes.
I mean, as
Um,
long as we can recover his coin purse, it wouldn't be a total loss.
I'm really feeling the love over here, guys.
So, Gaz, you walk up to the door and you just kick right in the middle of the door. It breaks the handle, and you see one of the bolts of the door snap off the wall and kind of just dangles at an angle off. And you see the blonde sister standing on the wooden platform, stirring the cauldron. And she looks back. What did you do that for?
As he bursts in, he was like, "Ladies, ladies."
I'll send
Sorry for the.
Gaz. I'll send Gaz a quick message while he's addressing him and say, "You only have to stay alive long enough for my imp to grab the book."
And guys would be saying, "Ladies, ladies, I'm sorry about their interaction. Or why, instead of making fights, why don't we make some love? There's a lovely ball going on right now. Actually, I think it's in your honor. It'd be a shame if you didn't come and Spruce up the night.
The blonde sister turns toward you. Stella turns toward you and hops off the wooden platform, and you see she holds up her hands and starts twirling a bit of magic energy in between her fingers. Roll me a persuasion check.
Ooh.
She walks up, still twirling her fingers next to her, and then stops, walks up to you, and puts her hand on your shoulder and puts her chest kind of toward yours, and just walks 2 fingers up your chest. What are you thinking?
I just put my big furry arm around her, like it almost like envelops her. And I'm assuming I'm much larger than she is.
Yes. And go on. What were you saying?
I'm thinking there's a lot of unsuspecting people out there, and we can give them quite the show.
She pushes your arm off of her shoulder and says, "No touching yet."
Not yet. I like a challenge.
Well, you see, we're a bit busy right now, but maybe tomorrow. And
But I'm
she's looking at Gaz.
But don't you feel the moment is struck? Shouldn't we act upon this now?
Here, really quick,
There's
during this interaction, would you say that Gaz, because my imp is kind of hanging out towards the back
Uh,
window, looking in, watching all of this. So he's waiting for all of them to have their attention on Gaz so that he can sneak in and kind of just land on top of the book and make it invisible so he can dart out as fast as possible.
So the blonde sister is now by the door with Gaz. You see the redheaded sister over by the the vials and flasks, kind of mixing a few things together. On the couch, the black-haired sister is sitting crisscrossed on the couch. You see a long wooden stick on her lap. She's carving into the stick. So none of them are really paying much attention.
Okay, so they're not like looking at the book right now?
No.
Okay. So he's going to, while Gaz is talking to the blonde sister, fly in and just land on top of the book and set himself on it to make it go invisible. And then he's going to, as quietly as he can, close it and try to fly back out because it was, are there any open windows or anything in the back?
All of the windows are open.
Okay. So he's going to fly in one of the back open windows and then try to fly back out the window that he came in as quietly as he can.
So while this is happening, guys, as she's going to reply, out of your eyes kind of peek over and you see the stand that the book is on. You just see the book disappear on it. And then she gets closer to your ear and says, "Well, you see, a magical moment happens again and again. I think you can wait tomorrow."
magical moment like tonight. Seems like it only happens once a year, though. I can't wait a full year. Just gonna like try to grab her hand, just like put her hand in mine and just like hold it.
As gently as he can.
Just as gently as he can, yeah.
Giant bugbear.
Your imp makes it out the window with the book.
So he's going to skirt back around the property the way that he came in, as far away from the house as he can to avoid detection. And then he's going to make his way back to the graveyard.
I'm gonna talk to us. I'm gonna say out loud, Mike. All right, do we?
As it comes back by, I'm going to telepathically tell Raiden, all right, yes, he has, my imp has the book. We can make our way out as soon as Gaz is done.
You let me know how that goes. And I start heading back to the graveyard. So
I'll stay here invisible to keep my eye on Gaz in case I have to res him.
Yeah, I want to make sure at least one of us is with that.
Yeah.
I will start heading towards.
And Gaz, as you say that, holding her hand, she slaps your hand, says, "Said no touching." And she taps your chest again with one of her fingers. And I don't like a boy that doesn't know how to listen. And you feel a little just zap of energy on the finger.
He'll smile at that and be like, "Well then, what must I do to be able to touch?" And just kind of like try to give as much of a smirk as he can, for like bare teeth smiling out.
She she
Trying to awkwardly wink.
He's like just sitting there doing like the like.
And he can't blink. He can't wink, so he blinks with both eyes, thinking he's being slick, but he just keeps blinking.
she turns around from you guys and starts to walk away, swaying her hips side to side, and she looks over her shoulder. "You can come back tomorrow." And she walks back up to the platform.
Well, you can't kill a man for trying. Guess I'll see you tomorrow then. You'll try to
And
walk out the door.
as you walk out the door, you hear the redheaded sister off on the other side of the room say, "Oh, I can."
Waiting for it.
You walk
Kill.
out the door, and just you feel this cold sweat kind of hit you.
I will telepathically reach out to Gaz and say, "All right, now that you're within range, the imp is on his way to the graveyard, and Raiden is ahead of us. We should make haste over to the graveyard."
Okay. And it's dark, so like he would walk slowly to about here and then start making haste, start like running after he's out of sight.
Yeah, you start running out of there.
And then DM, if possible, if I can get to, I would like to try to get one more short rest in. Get another 30 minutes of break to try to get my 9 points back.
With your feline agility, I'd say you can use one hit die.
I'm gonna do one more 10, hopefully get my 9 points back.
All right. So your imp makes it to the graveyard and sits at the base of the statue. And you don't know this, but the imp just opens the book and starts flipping through the pages. Raiden,
With is he invisible still, the imp?
yes.
Yeah. So you can't see him or anything.
I
He's
would
just
know
hanging out.
where roughly he should be, but yeah, I'm sent by the statue.
Yeah, we did discuss that it was going to be at the bottom of the statue. So yeah.
Yeah. Raiden, you sprint to the graveyard and use your feline agility and get there ahead of time. And you go to the statue and kind of sit beside it, resting, and you kind of pull your cloak over. And you just wait for your companions.
Yep, I'm going to stealth still. I have a disadvantage, but I'll still stealth just like as quietly as possible.
And then Gaz and Sominari, you make it to the graveyard.
Good thing that zap that she didn't do any damage to me, or else she would have been hit, and I might have been killed for that.
You definitely got lucky making it out of there with your life.
Yeah.
And as the two of you are running on the road back to the graveyard, Baxter hops out of one of the bushes and begins following behind you, running to the graveyard. And let me move you guys over. All right, all of you should be able to see now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right, and it is now nighttime. And there you go.
Perfect.
I'll start making my way over to the statue towards my imp.
As you're walking down the road, Baxter says over to you, Silmanari. So your imp has the book, right?
He does.
Oh, thank God. And we just have to keep it out of their hands until morning.
Oh, that devilish little creature. Oh, he'll keep it out of their hands, all right. But I don't know if. I mean, what's the worst that could happen if it's in a little demonic fiend's hands?
As long
I
as he
mean,
doesn't.
as long as it's not in those 3 demonic fiends' hands, that's all I care about.
One demonic being, 3 demonic beings. Whatever.
No, I just wish to watch them burn again.
Gaz will say, do you think they'll burn up, or do you think they'll just kind of disappear?
Honestly, don't know. The last time, though, I got to watch them burn.
Yeah, must have been a sight. Bad smelling, though, I'm sure.
It was bittersweet when that happened and I was still a cat.
Do I hear them and see them coming up?
Yeah, there's openly speaking. You hear them as they approach.
I'll talk to Seminary. I'm like, hey, and I'll talk to him in pirate camp. Hey, is your imp here?
So
Yes, you don't understand right now. It's been
Here-
more than an hour.
Around.
check. I can't remember how long invisibility lasts. 1 hour. So I'm still invisible. By the way, I'm telepathically speaking to everyone using my psionic mind.
Hmm.
So I'm not like conversing with both of them at the same time. I'm conversing to each one of them as they talk to me because I'm trying to stay invisible to save the spell slot. Because that is I get 2, so not trying to waste it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at Gaz and ask him like, so we have the book. Is the payment?
Gold, of course. And I got a date tomorrow, too. Did you hear that?
No,
My imp will pop his invisibility and he'll become visible with the book, looking at them.
I reach out to Gaz with my hand out. I'm like, when can we receive our payment?
When I have the book in my hands, and it is morning, so the witches are no longer a threat.
I
will make my imp go invisible again. With the book.
I'm like,
let's just keep him invisible.
Seminary would like assurance. Half now,
Half
And-
now, half later?
half now, half in the morning. Yes.
I'll telepathically communicate to Raiden. Maybe we should work on burying the book and my imp until morning. Let's leave him an air hole, but let's
There's a
bury the
crypt,
book within that.
There's a crypt just below us. I point over to the crypt. Maybe put him inside one of the crypts.
Keep in mind, I'll communicate with with Raiden and let him know that nobody else can see me or hear me, so he might want to let them know that he's talking to me. Well, I'll telepathically let them know that I'm speaking to Raiden.
Gaz would just assume he was talking to some of his head friends, the people that speak to him, in his brain. Like
in his brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Gaz's head friends.
Yeah.
I'll communicate to Raiden and ask him do you see a way to secure the door? To secure it, to keep him, because the reason why I was thinking that maybe if we put him in a box and have a small hole or something coming up as a chimney that he can breathe through, it'd be too much effort for them to go into the ground to pull the imp out if he's invisible. And the book is invisible.
I say, yeah, we can always make a shallow grave. Dig out one of the old crypts.
Well,
Just
we
put
already
them-
have all of the earth that we uncovered a minute ago to get to the crate that was buried below the earth a bit ago with all of the armor in it. Maybe we should just put the imp in there, create an air hole, and then rebury it using all of the earth that was on the side.
Why not? And I still look at Gaz and like, still want my money. And I start I start digging the hole out and trying to like get like
Hey
I
guys,
don't know, maybe like
you have all of your money. You do with it as you wish.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna command my imp to telepathically. I'm gonna have it move over into that crate, and then have them just make sure that there's like some sort of an air hole for the imp so it doesn't die.
I'd see maybe if we could take like maybe wood or some kind of branch or something, and like with my rapier, I try to make like a somewhat makeshift straw, I guess. Or I don't know how we
Would
want to try to do this.
would Gaz have seen the book when your imp was visible for that short period?
He would have. It would have
Okay.
been sitting there at the base of the statue,
Just
you know,
imp
just hanging
reading
out,
the
apparently reading the book. Got it open, just sitting there like you just hear it go.
So Gaz would walk up to Raiden and be like, 15 now and the rest later.
How much gold were we supposed to get? 30 gold? This entire endeavor?
That
Guys
is a
never said
lot
he
of
just-
money,
he just said a
actually.
lot.
I never said
30
half.
gold is
I
quite a
just
bit.
said 15 gold now and the rest later.
Okay.
I'll communicate to Raiden. We're definitely getting ripped off.
Yeah,
And I'm
we
gonna
got screwed.
I'm gonna communicate to Raiden again. I think that the crypt was a better idea, just for the air hole. I don't see a way that we can keep the imp alive buried in the earth. So let's go
Very few
ahead
times
and
you bury something alive.
let's go
Okay.
ahead and move the imp inside of the crypt.
Okay, I'll collect my 15 gold from Gaz and say, ugh, I need to talk to Seminari on his negotiating skills for the pass. Okay,
Uh-oh.
let's go. And I start heading over to the crypt to push it off. And I say that's where I would vote that we put the
All right.
because the crypt doesn't have any windows, correct? It should just be a
That's
hardened
appropriate.
structure with
No windows.
Would it have a sealed door or anything on the front of it, like a stone door?
Yes, exactly. So you walk up to the crypt right there, Raiden, and you find the front of it is a large stone door that's been shut.
I look at Gaz being obviously the verbal, because I'm like, can you help me assist pushing the door? Yes. Now I'm assuming to a strength check try to move it. Although I'm actually pretty strong. See if I can do it
I
myself.
can give you a hand.
Hey, I
Oh,
can
hey.
do it myself. I'll do it all by myself.
Raiden, as Gaz begins to walk up to help you, you take the front of it and get steady and begin to push the door, and it just starts moving.
Pirate strength. Arr.
Just be like, ugh, guess you didn't need my help anyway.
And then after that, and after we put the imp in there, I would try to reclose the door or like seal it the best as possible.
I'll move the imp in and then signal to Raiden that the imp is secured.
All right, you close the door to the crypt.
I need another check on that, or just can't close. On that
No,
side
you're
wall?
able to close it.
And I'm going to command the imp to hide in whatever crack or crevice or wherever it can to conceal itself as best as it can inside of a hole inside of the crypt.
It
Yeah.
does that, but no one else can see it.
I just want to make sure that if they break the imp's invisibility, that it's still like as obscured as possible. God forbid it should break invisibility in the book. I don't know if it shoots up a giant beam of light. I don't know. you know, just in case. All right. So I guess we can bed down till the morning.
I say we need to either hide or we need. I don't want to leave this.
So
I feel like they can track the book.
as the three of you have finished, you've closed the door and walked back over with Baxter. You start discussing this on where to go now, and all three of you actually roll me or what's your passive perceptions?
14.
I don't even see it.
Toward the
Like-
bottom left-hand side of your
Oh,
character.
12.
All right, so Silmanare, you're standing there. You're looking at the two of them. Obviously, they can't really see you, and you look up above their heads, and above the tree lines, you just see a person flying in the air. And you see them beginning to come closer. You see the outline of one of the witches flying on a broomstick toward you.
I want that.
I'll signal to Raiden to be ready. I will telepathically shoot, telling him to look up in the direction of the person above the horizon line, above their heads, warning him if they're on their way. Am I still inside of that hour of
Yes.
invisibility? Okay. How much time would you say has passed up to this point?
About 40 minutes.
Okay, so I got about 20 minutes left, which would be, so 1 minute is 10, so 10 turns.
Not in
That's a
combat.
lot of turns.
Yeah,
That's
a lot
like
of combat.
200
We'll
turns.
probably
to-
be dead by then, so you'll be okay.
I'll have my
You
light.
will be dead.
I'll have my light crossbow out. I would like to. I can.
Don't shoot
Oh
at her.
man, I wish I had something that could like knock her off the bridge. Hope I don't have it. I don't have- Okay.
All right. So flying above the
If
grave,
I attack at advantage, if I attack invisible, would I have advantage on her?
yes.
Because I have, let me see. Oh,
if
did
you
I
attack,
take repelling blast?
If you
I did. I took repelling blast, which would push her back.
Ooh.
Would I be able to hit her with an eldritch blast and try and knock her off of her broom?
you can try it.
Well,
How high is she on the ground? Off the ground.
About 30 feet up right now.
I mean, she wouldn't take a lot of damage.
no, but it would, I mean,
I think
It
we've
would-
all.
at least knock her prone. I mean, if she's going to fall 30 feet, odds are she's not
Yeah,
going to
you-
land
you
on her
hit
feet
prone.
and just be okay. Okay. I am going to break my invisibility by casting Eldritch Blast at her with advantage to hit her with Repelling Blast.
All right. Go ahead and fire away. With the 16, you fire, and in midair, she moves out of the way of your eldritch blast.
God, no!
Oh. Gaz was
She-
shaking his head. Well, she
looks
knows
at-
where we are now.
She flies a bit closer, still hovering in the air on her broomstick. Well, that was impolite.
Gaz will just yell, "Did your sister have a message for me?"
Oh, I don't think you'll be seeing her tomorrow.
That's a bummer.
But do you have my book?
Why would
What
I
book?
steal a book?
Book you speak of? Yeah, what book?
Well, it's probably on one of you. She flies over around you, hovering above, just kind of in position, just the broom hovering, and she's turning around to the other side of you guys.
Gaz
fly-
will kind of put out his arms and just do a little slow twirl. Just
She's still looking at you, and the broom is kind of floating back. And she looks over and says, I think he can get it from you. And she points her finger at the ground, and you just see this purple beam kind of arcing into the ground. And you kind of see the ground, after the beam hits, begin to shake. And you hear this loud burst as a man comes out of the ground, out of one of the caskets. And she looks down at him and says, Barry, dear, fetch my book. He looks over at you guys. It's an undead, a zombie, missing its jaw, clad in armor. Looks like similar to one of the guard that you met in the entrance to town. Very similar armor. Obviously rusted and a lot of the cloth torn, but its bottom jaw just missing. Its tongue kind of hanging out the bottom. It looks up at her. And then turns toward you guys.
Trollop.
And then she says, Return once you have it. And she flies off back into the forest.
You hear him yell, wench.
And it begins to move toward you. That I will roll combat.
Ooh.
I'll probably go first.
Definitely.
100%.
Hey, I did better than last time.
Get the turn order back in place so the audience can see it. Bam.
Right. I want to. I'm gonna use my movement to get behind him. My bonus action, I'm gonna summon my echo in front of him.
All right.
Then I will use my attack to attack him with advantage.
Yeah, I'll allow it. With your action.
I'll
Yay!
allow it.
Huzzah for rules! 24 to hit.
It hits. And
I will.
your rapier stabs into one of its shoulders and you cut it down. Let me see. Give some
And that will
check.
be my turn.
All right. Do you want to hit the check mark for me?
Oh, yep.
I shot a bonus action hex. Let's see what it hit for. 5.
All right.
And let's hit with an Eldritch Blast. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! I didn't mean to do that at advantage, but that nat 20 there is
Yeah, I'll take the first one. The zombie turns around toward Raiden, and you just blast into the back of it. It barely holds itself up with one of its legs. Raiden, you see it kind of like hunches over and grabs on, and both of its hands, the hands holding onto a sword, goes down to its knee, like ah. You just hear it groaning.
And I shall push it back 10 feet as well with Repelling Blast.
You push it back away from you. It falls back into its grave. It's still alive.
Poor Billy.
It's still alive. Does that end your turn, Suminari?
I think I think it'd be cruel if it didn't.
Would
That'll end
you say
Silmanari's
then? Would
turn.
you say he's now prone back in his grave? Technically.
Yes.
Awesome.
But now nobody can see him. You'd have to
No,
stand in his grave.
Raiden is looking over into the hole that he
Hmm.
fell into, and you see he fell into the casket out of the hole. The door of the casket kind of off to the side, and on his turn, you just see him reach up, grab the door, and just close the casket.
Yeah, he would lay on his back and just go, "Ugh," and then grab the door and close it like, "Ugh."
Uh,
Uh,
it peeks out, and at Raiden, it just goes and closes the door.
I'll be right back.
All right. Well, I guess I will dash so I can actually get up to him.
All right, so you use your action to dash. You sprint over to this hole, and you look down, and you just see a closed casket. You don't see anything else.
Just shrug, and that's pretty much all I can do. Oops.
I will start filling up the casket with dirt. Then I'll just like refill his grave.
All right, you all just kind of push all the dirt back into the grave and fill it back up.
Yeah, I mean, if he's not gonna try to attack us, I won't hit him again. Yeah, I'll spend my action just doing that, and that will end my turn.
All right, you have sealed Barry back in his
Hard work,
casket.
boys. Hard work. Yes,
Ah,
we buried Barry back.
They reburied Barry.
We reburied Barry.
I do have
Barry
to
has been
say,
buried.
Oh, I forgot. Did you add my hex damage to that also when I hit him?
Yes.
That was still. Oh my god.
We just
I-
reburied him. It knocked him in his grave, and then we just reburied him.
He had a much advanced undead stat sheet, but he's almost dead. He just climbed back in and went back to sleep.
He's like, he's like, I'm just gonna relax.
They put the dirt back on him.
Pro
With
healer
that, I
moves.
guess I would look back over at, Gaz, and say, how much more longer till day? Yes.
Gaz will look up and be like, I don't know. I don't see the sun yet. It's that day.
I'll look over at Seminary. I'm like, what did this guy?
I have no idea, but I'm prepared for all of the zombies if they're like that.
Yeah.
Look,
I
I
could
would
stay and fight those all night long.
I would look at the group and just say, like, I think we should stay here and hide ourselves, and hopefully wait till morning, and take book Gaz, and then we make more money.
Yes.
Sounds good to me.
Unspecified amount of more money.
he says under his breath. So, you guys, just knowing time of day, have about four more hours until the sun comes back.
Okay.
I'm
Where
going
at?
to I'm gonna look over at Gaz and I'm going to use my pirate background and say, we are keeping this book safe. That undetermined amount of money better be quite a bit larger than that initial sum that you gave my friend. I've been nice up until now, however. Remember, you are amongst pirates.
And
That's fine.
Baxter walks up to you guys. Who gives a damn about gold right now?
Well, I
Let's
mean, you are a
stop
cat.
the 3 evil witches from becoming immortal and sacrificing everyone to
I'll-
their damned devil god.
I'll look over at Baxter and go, "Do you understand how to buy catnip? It costs gold.
Not when you're a cat.
I'll buy you all the catnip if you help us stay alive. Would you like to come and live with us?"
Its tail kind of flicks. That could be nice.
Maybe a pirate cat.
Ooh, can we get him a little eye patch? One that he
You're
can
not-
magically
Boys.
see through. Yes!
Yes.
We're like geeking out over kitty eye patches now.
Oh, he patchy.
I feel like Gaz would say, we can also just take a quick look through the spell book. Maybe there's a way we could turn him back into a person.
Maybe in the morning we'll find out.
I say we leave the book where it be.
Oh, most definitely. We don't take that out. Until they're dead, at least.
So Baxter, is this got any tips?
The cat just looks at you. I'm a cat.
You're a pirate cat, correction. Get it together, pirate cat.
That's if we live through the night.
Ah, details.
What other worries do we need to be concerned with?
There's 2 more.
Well,
worries. A blonde one.
One with black hair.
Scurvy.
Anything Gaz catches.
Mhm.
Well, I assume they're going to be back. Once Barry doesn't come back with the book, probably soon, they'll probably come back themselves.
Maybe we go back to our room in the tavern.
Or we can go to
I
the
believe
party.
that we should continue to protect the book. I will stay and protect the book.
What?
And
if
I
we
will
took
prepare
the
an
book
Eldritch Blast.
What if we took it to the party? It would be harder to find with all the other patriots.
But it'll be easier to retrieve. It'll be harder to find, but easier to retrieve if my imp is no longer invisible. However, here, it's easier to find, but much harder to retrieve.
Okay, I say we take up secure positions, and then wait. I will take my light crossbow, and then I will go try to find a good place where I can get like half cover, or at least like some full cover, like maybe behind that wall.
You say, you kind of look around and find this wall sits at about waist height.
Now, is this right here? Is this a bush?
Yes. That's a
Gonna-
bush. This is a tree.
Okay.
This is a tree.
So I'm gonna try to stealth again, even though I have disadvantage. I'll still try to keep myself quiet.
I do have a point, though. If we do go with your suggestion, Raiden, it would be much more fun of a session if we went to the party.
Mhm.
Let's
I mean,
bring the
you did-
party to everyone.
You did promise, Gaz, to take the girls to the party.
Hey,
That is true.
well, at least the blonde one. She seemed rather interested.
Let's go to a party. What could
Je-
go wrong?
Everyone
Alright.
could die and all the children go kaput, but
Immortal witches, that's all. So what do you guys want to do?
Are we
Let's
taking
go to the
book?
party.
I would
The
have
3
given.
of you or the imp?
3 of us and the imp. All of us. The imp will
Imp
kind of
is,
stay.
Imp is still invisible.
Yeah. He's just going to stay invisible this whole time.
All right.
And I'm actually going to hide him under my the tail of my coat. He's going to latch onto my back so that way he's at least on my person Well,
Okay.
no, he'll just ride on my shoulder. He'll ride on my shoulder until I can yell at him to go away or have him go away.
All right. Imp here.
Mr. Imp. He's a mean one, Mr. Imp.
Maybe you'll give your imp an eye patch one day.
Boom. Imp summons an eye patch. You see it just magically appear. Arr! But actually, nobody can see it because he's invisible.
Just wonder what Imp can cast now after he's been reading the spell book for so long.
He's gonna come out like a better beam. Like, I have been in prison for too long.
When you see him come break his invisibility, he's not wearing an eye patch anymore. Now he's wearing bifocals. And he's infinitely more educated, and he's got like a gray beard, and he's wearing robes that nobody knew how he got.
He's holding a piece of paper and he's like, "What's a doctorate?"
An honorary one like Taylor Swift.
Wow, he wrote a white paper?
Ooh.
All right, so the four of you, counting Baxter, 5 counting the imp, riding on Silmanari's shoulder, begin to walk back toward town. You walk along the road back to town, heading south. You enter into one of the town areas, and Seminari, you see this bright light like in front of you, and then realize it's all around you. Gaz and Raiden, you look over and you see from Silmanari this blue beam is just firing off into the sky.
I yell at the imp to close the book immediately.
I was about to say that imp. Is he fucking reading the book?
Close the book, imp!
The book. Close the book.
Ah,
Okay,
fiends! Oh my
I go
God.
where I think the imp is, and I want to see if I can grab where the book is and close.
You walk over and you just hear,
I want to try to grab that book from that imp.
imp strength. You pull the book from the imp.
Well, you'd
And
have
as
to
you-
find the book,
Well,
though.
that's it.
Well,
That's
You'd have
my
to,
thing.
he's invisible.
He said
Yeah,
from where he,
I saw where the blue beam was.
Oh, gotcha.
yeah,
I'm
he said
assuming,
where
and I
where
heard.
that was.
I'm assuming that's what I'm trying to grab. Because I'm trying to grab it while it's closed and just either tuck it back into your coats, seminary, and say, much as your imp, did this.
So, as you pull the book from the imp, after it's closed, you look up and you just see the 3 witches flying on broomsticks hovering above you. And they say, the red-haired one says, "I'll be needing that."
I will do my feline agility and looking around. What's the closest building to me?
This one.
Are we still in the graveyard?
Oh, sorry. Meant to move you guys over. There you are.
I will. I still look at them saying, "See you guys at the party," and I can run. Still turn into 120. My agility. Reflex agility. I can move with the person.
Well, as you begin to move,
You can double your speed. End of your turn once you create.
okay. Weird. Hang on one sec. You reset this real fast.
Yeah, because I can move 180 feet with my if I use dash.
Wow.
And real quick, Andrew, are you still good on time?
Say again?
Are you still good on time?
I probably have like 20 minutes.
Okay.
I have to bounce.
That's perfect. See. Okay. I'm gonna reset combat master
Okay,
real
good.
quick because it is broken. Which happens sometimes. It just decides to stop working. I have to come in, reset script. Script data retrieved. Okay. Perfect. All right, so you begin to move, and at that point, the moment you begin to move, the sisters press an attack. But Gat,
Whoa. I move first?
Oh, I did.
oh, yes, you go first.
I go first? What? What witchcraft is this?
I think you rolled a 19.
Yeah, I did. I'm -2 to my initiative.
Yeah.
Gaz would just yell out to the sisters, like, "See, my loves, I did not take your book. It was he." And then dash and run. Try to run to the party. So
All
I'd
right.
be able to get to
Start
there.
screaming simp at him as he runs away.
All right. Does that end your turn, guys?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
All right. Guys, you run over across the bridge, just sprinting as fast as you can. And you see two children hanging out by a wagon, a boy with brunette hair and a little girl with blondish, dirty blonde hair. There, you see them kind of taking some goods out of one of the wagons. That'll end your turn. So Minari.
One sec. I'm resizing the window, make it a little bit nicer so that the audience can see a little bit more of the combat. Transition. All right. Silmanari is going to bonus action. I'm going to move my hex. Actually, no. I'm going to hold on to that for right now. I am going to pop the potion of speed. So I'm going to use it, giving myself the haste effect for 1 minute.
Okay.
And then I am going to, with my imp.
So you have double movement and another action now.
But it's only attack. With the attack, I can attack, dash, all that stuff, but I cannot actually use like Eldritch Blast or anything. It's a weapon attack.
Yeah.
But I do have a dagger that I can throw. So I'm actually, I'm gonna, you know what? Let's go ahead. Let's bonus action hex. I'm going to hex Miss Lightning herself, the redheaded sister.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Let me cast hex.
Not
So
guess.
we can get the damage.
Yeah.
All right.
It's weird. It rolled a 4. Huh. 1d6. Well. All right. And with that, I'm gonna throw the dagger at the sister. Oop, there we go.
All right.
That was horrible.
You throw it at her just in a straight line, and she catches it by the tip and just drops it to the ground.
And I am going to, having learned my lesson about the lightning before, I'm going to move. Let's see. Let's move 40 feet. Let's move to the right here, just on the other side of the bank so that I can still see. And I'm going to bring my imp with me on my shoulder, obviously. And Silmanari will end his turn there.
Raiden, you look, well, you're about to dart away,
Rude.
and you see Baxter just hop into a bush.
Useless cat. This may not have been a great idea for you guys to take off because I am equals 3.
Yeah, and you have the book. I love that one.
Mm-hmm.
And Stella points her finger toward you, and this purplish black ray shoots out of it.
Ooh.
Okay. There's save on this one though. It's a LDC.
No,
Constitution saving
she
throw.
fires that. So it's a ranged attack, so 23 to hit, so it hits.
Right. So rave enfeeblement though, right? Concentration up to a minute. It deals only half damage when this weapon attacks. At the end of each of the target's turn, I can make a constitution. Okay, at the end of my turn, I can make a constitution.
Yep. So you only deal half damage now.
Okay, that's fine.
She ends her turn. The other sister was it? There it is. Fires out of her finger a ray of sickness. But it misses.
Mrs.
And the other sister casts polymorph.
Uh-oh.
All right, hold on. LDC is a 15 save, so what's the save though?
Wisdom.
Oh, come on.
We take the first one.
Do I have disadvantage on wisdom saving throws?
No,
You
I think
do.
you rolled at advantage. You
You
have
rolled
to
at
check
advantage.
it.
Oh,
on your
I did.
sheet,
Okay, I
yeah.
did.
Yeah.
But the
You're
19
fine.
still
Yeah, we
hits.
take the first one.
Freaks me out. I'm like, no.
You
Oh,
fight
man.
off the polymorph, and she flies over in front of you and lands on the ground.
Okay. Cool. My turn?
Yep.
Awesome. I will use my feline agility. And I'm going to run 60. I'll take the attack of opportunity.
All right.
So there. Oh wow, she really nat 20 me?
She
Wow.
incapacitated you. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
You turn to
As
run
I
away,
move,
and
I
she
just fall down.
slaps you down to the ground.
Okay. Yes, I am. Wow.
You go to take
Okay.
a step and just feel like the floor hit.
I wake up in heaven. What? What just happened? What? I'm trying to think if there's anything else I could have done. Okay. All right, DM. I'm gonna backtrack time just a hair.
Could you have
No,
disengaged and then still used
Move.
feline agility?
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess. Okay. Using common sense into factor, what I should have done rather than just talking out loud. Yeah. Okay. I would like use my action because I'm not a rogue. Disengage. Then as a bonus action for feline agility. Yeah. I think this comes as one of my abilities. Yeah. That I would still like to use my feline agility to still move the 60 feet. Is that allowed?
I'll count it as your 1 for the night.
Okay. Oof.
You're one mulligan.
Yes, that's the one I want. Okay, so yeah, I don't have an action surge or anything. I will try to use action.
We should
My
change that
bonus-
house rule, Rob, to one mulligan per
You
session.
get one good mulligan a session.
That
Yeah.
because that
One
triggers
per
everybody
night.
else to be more careful than not per player, per session,
Oh.
period.
Oh man. Okay.
That way, because it signals the rest of us, because we don't want 3 huge mulligans right in the middle of
Yeah.
a session,
Uh-uh.
right? Because that could be 3 huge moments, but that one mulligan reminds the rest of us to start playing more carefully.
I would
Yeah.
also, for my bonus action, then, like to manifest my echo.
Wasn't
Right
your bonus
there.
action feline agility?
So feline agility is just a reflex I have. Is my there's no. It doesn't say it takes a bonus action.
Oh, that's right. But
Move.
you doesn't
It's one of my
necessarily-
it's one of my natural traits.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't use it again until you don't move.
Yes. So then for
Yeah.
my bonus action, I would like to manifest my echo, which is next to these children. Yep.
They
And that
turn
will
and scream at the shadow that just appeared next to them.
Ah!
Trick or treat.
And that will end my turn. I then look. I will say also maybe in my turn I'll look at Seminari and say, I'll have the book out and just say I'll have one of them. I'm like, take the book, and I'm just like holding the book out for someone to take it. If that's allowed.
I'm gonna send my imp over to grab the book.
Because the
And
book
make
is
it
still out
invisible.
in my hands. I'm running with it, so I'm assuming I can have it available for someone to grab off me at the end of my turn.
I'll have my imp fly over and grab the book and turn it
Alright.
invisible. And I'm gonna have him move the book. Let's see. Have the book move in this direction, right over here, sort of within range of us. Actually, we'll hide it behind the echo. It can fly 40 feet. All right. Let's see.
My
See what-
turn got skipped.
Oh, did it skip you?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, let's go back to.
Oh, I think Raiden hit the check
Yeah.
mark after me. Yeah,
Yeah,
go
yeah.
ahead, Gaz. You may go.
I would shoot Eldritch Blast at this one, the redhead. On the wrong thing. Scale.
How far did your Eldritch Blast hit?
120 feet.
120.
Perfect. Go ahead. It
There's an
misses.
Eldritch invocation that gives us 200 feet, but all
Yeah.
Eldritch blasts are 120 minimum.
Alrighty, and then I would just move by 30 feet towards the party.
All right.
And that ends my turn.
And now I will have my imp fly over, grab the book, and fly behind the echo. I will use my bonus action to hex her, to move my hex over there now. Wait, I already hexed her, right?
Yeah, you already hexed her, yes.
Okay. So she's already at 2. So 2 with the bonus damage. Let's use the Eldritch Blast again and see what happens this time.
It misses.
Aye. I am then going to
Super cool chase scene is like pew pew, just things.
pew pew pew.
As you're running away.
It's just cover fire.
I'm going to move right over here. We'll move right over here just in case. And that shall end my turn.
All right. Malia flies over to you, hovering above, and looks over and says, which of you has the book? And you see it?
She should see. Oh, actually, no. No one. She shouldn't see it. I thought I had it. It has it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, not
And you
saying
see her move her hand in the air. Some blue magic comes out of her fingers, and she mutters some words. And you see the imp behind your echo begin to just glow blue. Not like the beam before, but it's glowing a bit.
Kind of like
She
a
got-
detect magic kind of a thing.
Kind of like locate object
Ah,
higher. Ah, sisters! The little devil has it. Willa flies over on her broom, dashing. And flies over and lands right next to the imp. Says, I'll have that.
wouldn't the dash be the action?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and actually, it skipped Stella's turn. Stella also full speed. Also makes it on the broom.
Oh, on the end of my turn, I could roll and get out of the enfeeblement, correct?
Yeah, I'll allow you to roll the con save.
Pick.
No longer affects you.
Ooh, I cheated. All right, cool. So I can do full damage again. I am going to leave my echo there in front of them. I am going to go ahead and move. So I guess here's my question for the team. With us now knowing that they can see the imp, are we just going to grab the book and dash still and just kind of keep playing like keep away? Then what I would probably do, I'll use my 30. I would use my action to dash, and I'm going to grab the book from the imp at, although yeah, it's glowing blue. I'd grab it from the imp at 20 feet, and then I would move my 60 feet all the way to here with the book.
Well, so it would be 20, and then it would be 40 from there.
Okay, so I'm going to keep running. Yeah, so 20 feet right here, grab the book, and then my next 10 feet, my movement for 30. And then, yep. So there's 30. Or how are you doing it with, is it each block is 5?
Yeah, it counts as 5.
Okay, so 30 ends me right here. That should be like 30, like right there. And then with my last 30,
Would be
I'd
right
be,
here.
yep. And then that will be my turn.
All right.
Sucks.
Right. Checking. Perfect. I'm gonna try to shoot Eldritch Blast at the redhead again.
Fire away. It hits.
For
It pushes her. Her
3.
hair kind of flicks in front of her face, and she just brushes it back.
So I didn't want to hit you too hard. I didn't want to hurt the beautiful one next to you. Just run my 30 feet. Oops. Would be right here, I believe it was. And that
All
will
right.
end my turn.
Okay. So Minari.
All right. So.
Oh, yo, be careful moving. Oh, my echo vanishes, by the way.
Okay.
Yep, because I am no longer within 15.
I'll move this way, and I'm going to cast. Let's cast Eldritch Blast at the blonde sister.
You have.
Crossbow master. Yep,
Yeah. Okay.
of course.
How do you have crossbow master? It's a feat. You're level 3. Oh no, you're level 4 now. Never mind. You're
Yep.
good.
All right, and I shall cast Eldritch Blast at the blonde sister.
Fire away. The first one to hit her. She takes 13 force damage.
And moves 10 feet in a straight line that way.
She gets pushed back.
Ooh. Well, since she's flying on a broom,
She landed.
all right. And with not having to worry about attacks of opportunity, I'll as I pass by my imp, I'll have him jump onto my shoulder. And I shall move right here. That way we're not in a straight line. And that shall be it for Silmanori's turn.
Okay. So almost done. So the redhead, Willa, yells over to the blonde, "Get that book! I'll hold the children."
Poor kiddos.
And the
They
blonde uses 5 feet, gets onto her broom, and flies right here. She gets close to Raiden, just hovering above the ground on her broom, and fires magic missile.
God,
3, 4, 5, 6, and 7.
Oh.
2, 6,
Ooh.
10, 14, 17, 19, 22 damage.
still up. Right. Health left.
There we go. That ends her turn. Leah, still up on her broom, flies over in the air, looks down, and fires magic missile.
Uh-oh.
1, 2, and 3. Knocking down Raiden. He falls down to the ground, and Gaz, you see the book leave his hand and fall onto the ground. Leah still has enough. She flies over on her broom and lands atop of it.
Uh-oh.
Seminar, you hear behind you, the redhead runs up. "Come here, kitties. I want to show you something."
Death save.
Death save,
Fail.
Ooh.
fail. Then to Gaz.
This one's on top of the book.
Yes,
Do I still have my armor on, or has that faded?
that has faded.
I'm going to cast that upon myself, and that should be last
Last
slot. And at the second level.
Yeah, so you have 10 temporary hit points for it.
Yep. And then I'm gonna go over to her and I can't try to take it from her because I just used my action, right?
Yep.
I'm just gonna stand next to her and shout to Stella, say, "I would never hurt you, but these other ones are getting on my nerves." End my turn.
All right, Seminar.
All right. I don't know what that was. But I look over at the redhead and say, "You had to go and do it. You die now." I use 2 healing light. I use 1 healing light dice over on Raiden to bring him back to life.
All right. You want to roll it?
Just did 2.
Perfect.
I am going to move over to right here, and I'll hit her with my Eldritch Blast.
Ugh.
It misses.
That didn't hit. Oh well. Hit her with the dagger as well.
You throw the dagger, and it just misses.
I run over to her and say, "You deal with me now. Leave the children alone." And so Minari will end his turn.
All right. Stella on her broom flies over to Leah, and she says, "The book, quickly!" And Malia reaches down and tosses the book up to Stella. She grabs it, and on her broom flies over, dashing.
I get an
Well,
attack of opportunity with disadvantage, being prone.
Technically, you've dropped your sword when you go down.
Oh.
Stella runs over and tosses the book to Willa. She turns around toward the children and says, "Ah, finally."
I'm gonna throw one wrench in. I have claws. With my claw attack, can I still make a swipe at it with disadvantage? I want every hit I can on this.
I'll allow it. Do it.
It's still disadvantage because I'm prone, but I think
Swing your claws. It misses. It was a good attempt. As you swipe, she lifts off the ground.
No.
And Stella's turn ends. Malia looks over at Gaz and says, "I think you'd look better as a toad." And cast Polymorph
Oh,
to make a wisdom save, Gaz.
Gaz? Oh. Where am I? Oh, that one.
You're looking at the witch as she snaps her fingers at you. She begins to get taller and taller until you realize that you're getting smaller and smaller, and you go to say something, and all you hear is "Ribbit."
Boy.
Willa turns to look at the children. She opens the book and begins to read off. And you see the two holding each other. And as she begins to speak, Seminari, you just see her speaking in front of you, and you just see this light appear on her face. And she screams in pain, turns toward you, and then looks at you, and you just see around Seminari just this glow. You realize what it is, and you step out of the way, and sunlight hits her, and she just bursts into ash. The other two sisters, as the sun touches them, they try to kick off the ground on their broom, and both burst, and their broomsticks just hit the ground. Luminar, you're looking down at Willa's broomstick and the book lying open on the ground.
I'll pick up the book.
I will pick up myself. And walk
I
over to
will rip it.
Seminari. Oh yeah, you're still a frog. And I look over at
Oh, the polymorph
Seminari.
went when she disappeared.
Oh, phew.
But he's still in the pose as if he's still a frog?
Yeah.
Because he
Just
thinks
a
he's still a
giant-
frog? He just thinks he's still a frog? Woo!
All right, guys, you
I was trying to save myself. I was trying to sacrifice myself to save those kids.
I see that.
I'll look over at the kids and say, "Are you kids okay?"
They just look at you wide-eyed.
Run and find your
Yeah.
parents. Run and find your parents immediately.
They start running to the estate.
I'll quickly say to Seminari and you guys, like, we should probably take care of business elsewhere. I feel like those kids will still talk of what happened. We'll be stopped from many questions.
I'll pick up the book and say, well, now that the sisters are dead for good, we can always check out the house for anything else that you would like. There are more magical things in there.
I like my payment before we did that.
Handout still.
I say with all seriousness, like I'm not joking around anymore. Like kids almost got hurt, so Minari's pissed.
Yeah. Oh.
He's done playing
Yeah.
games. He's done having fun. Kids got hurt.
Almost
Pay
got hurt.
me
Almost.
What
almost,
you owe
almost.
me.
It's only mentally scarring.
Yeah.
So I would give a similar, or not, Raiden. But hold on. Math, hard.
I will grab your entire gold pouch sack and just say, should be enough, yeah. Now
That
toss
would-
it to.
That would really piss him off. Just
You
saying.
reach for it. Do you want to try and swipe the gold pouch?
100% yes.
I'm gonna try to protect
Slide
from that.
Sleight of
I
hand
will do
check
a sleight of hand. 12.
and roll me either athletics or acrobatics, whatever you're better with.
Athletics, it is.
Damn
He
it.
slapped your hand away.
Whoosh, miss.
I would walk away from Raiden and go to Similarian and pay him first, paying him 95. Yeah, 90. Yeah, 95 gold piece. And then I'd walk back to Raiden and be like, I guess he can still get the full amount, even though you tried to jip all my gold, and give him 80. Because I never said I gave Similarian 15 because we kind of
Yeah.
got carried away.
Okay.
So you each got paid a total of 95.
All right.
And after you exchange the gold and the book, you see Baxter walk up behind you guys. Huh. Was kind of hoping after this time I would return to normal. Guess not. And he jumps up onto Silmanari's shoulder. So I guess we're off.
We are. And I'll have my imp land on my other shoulder, so I've got a cat on one shoulder and imp on the other.
collecting familiars.
And that was Abra Cadabra.
That was a close one.
Woo! That
A few
was.
times.
You guys
Yeah,
got
man.
wrecked a couple of times. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I want to let everyone get back to their weekend. So thank you, everyone, for tuning in to our Halloween special, Abracadabra. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Definitely leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more. We're going to start doing some Q&A questions varying per episode here in the short future. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned.
Are we
for
still
more
on for
adventures.
Tuesday?
Yes. So should be
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Yeah, should be Tuesday. We'll be posting in our Instagram, and we don't have a community tab yet, so probably just Instagram. But we'll be putting it out on YouTube so you can notify yourself when it goes live. But everyone, have a good weekend.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning
Bye.
in. Have a good one.